Because
G'day, mate.
brings out the Aussie in anyone. This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI, Cadbury, Mitre 10, Ultra Tune and Sip and Save.
Welcome to Football Park in Adelaide on an absolutely perfect day for football for the game between the Crows and the Kangaroos. Well, 12 months ago they were playing off in a grand final, but unfortunately it's the end of the road. It's mothballs for the Adelaide Crows after slipping down to 13th place on the ladder. It still should be a great game, a carnival atmosphere for the Crows playing their last home game for the season, and of course Malcolm Blight saying farewell as an AFL coach, maybe for the time being. Well, let's have a look at the September scenario for the Kangaroos. If the Kangaroos can win today, they'll finish in second place and will play Port Adelaide or Carlton, depending on the result of the Hawthorn-Swans match at Waverley. If the Kangaroos lose today to the Crows, they'll finish third and will play either the West Coast or Carlton. Well, I'm sure when the AFL put the draw together for the season, they thought this was going to be a blockbuster going into the finals. But you'll see the reason for Adelaide's fall from grace. Today they have just 12 players who played in last year's grand final, whereas the Kangaroos have 18 players left who played in the grand final. The Roos led at half-time last year and were run over in the second half. Well, Malcolm Blight's had 3 seasons here, 2 of which brought premierships, but he bows out today as the coach of the Crows. What a hero. And here, for the very last time, here he is with girls.
Well, Malcolm, it's a big day. Do you think it's Malcolm Blight's final coaching day?
Oh, at this stage of my life, it certainly is.
Is it? Big game for you?
Yeah, it is. Look, North are, going pretty well, and we've got some youngies in the team again. But, I just hope we can hold our heads up high when we come off the ground, that's all.
OK, there's been a lot of speculation on who's going to be your successor and take over the job. You know Gary Ayres very well. He was under you at Geelong for a year or two. Do you think he's the type of person that the Crows need?
Oh, if that came to pass, I'm not 100% certain on that, of course, but if that came to pass, I think Gary would be a great choice.
What's Malcolm Blight going to do over the summer?
Hit that little white golf ball, and hopefully not too often.
And the future, of course, that couch at Channel 7 is pretty comfortable, isn't it?
Oh, no, look, that was some time ago, and I think it's been capably filled at the moment, so, we'll just see what unfolds.
You've had a great career as a player, fantastic career as a coach. All the very best.
Thanks, Neil.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment. And the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
Rod Jamieson announced during the week that this would be his farewell. He's retiring from AFL football, and also the Doc, Matthew Liptak, bows out. Perfect conditions, a replay of last year's grand final coming up shortly.
William Shatner, the alien with attitude.
I'd really like to have a go at the sex thing. Why don't we find a pair of earmuffs and retire to the bedroom?
John Lithgow, the ex-commander in need of work.
Transmitter Dick. Now that sounds...
In a battle of egos.
Oh, my God. I know, and I'm still just getting the hang of it.
The Third Rock special.
Can you ever forgive me?
Fun-filled conclusion.
Why is that a big head?
The Wrath of the Giant Head, tonight on 7.
Now at McDonald's, you can get a bacon and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, a coffee, and your daily newspaper, all for only $3.45. The Good News Breakfast, only from McDonald's.
It's run-out time on Lancer Coupes from $18,490 with air. Cool Mirage from $14,990. Lancer Sedans from $19,990. Drive away with air. It's run-out time on Lancer and Mirage. Look for the signs.
It is Mitsubishi.
Dad?
Here's a dad who knows just what he doesn't want for Father's Day.
Dad?
Yes,
Have we had the tape measure?
and here's a specialist who knows exactly what kind of toys your dad really wants. And here's the Toys for the Boys catalogue, with the chance to win Dad one of 2 fabulous Fords from the store that's been giving dads what they really want for decades.
Hi, Dad. I made this for you.
And here's you feeling pretty good.
Dr. Elliott.
Hi. Listen, I'm really sorry about what happened. Is there anything I can do to help get your car back on the road?
Well, with Amy, they're taking care of everything.
Quotes?
Done.
Repairs?
Done.
Good quality?
Guaranteed for the life of the car, even if I sell it.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you don't need me then. Have a nice day.
A free service that takes care of all your post-crash running around. Call Amy now.
Hello?
Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom!
Making it easy for you. Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
なんか紫色のが入ってるよ。
男でしょ。食べてみなよ。
With onions and that Australian slice of beetroot, the Macaws
No worries, mate. It's a beauty.
brings out the Aussie in anyone.
We start in the middle, and Capuano wins it for the Kangaroos. It comes to Bickley. The first kick of the game up towards Adelaide's forward 50. Pickett is there. Ball gets behind him. Chance here for Liptak. Gets the hand pass away. Vardy on the turn. Drives it long to the goal square. Martin is there with McGregor. Whistle's gone. Free kick to Mick Martin against the youngster.
He just impeded Mick Martin as he tried to recover.
Pass in short. Simpson, and it's got to come back.
Matthew Golding starting at centre-half forward for the Crows. Matty Liptak on the half-forward flank, and Martin Pike picking him up.
Kick by Mick Martin, clears the 50. Capuano at the back, punches down. It comes to Peter Bell. Works round on his left, from half-back flank up towards centre wing. Well done, McLeod. He's picked up Harvey.
A couple of matchups here down in the Kangaroos forward line here. Corey McKernan playing inside 50, being picked up by Ben Hart. Wayne Carey, as expected, Mark Stevens. So big job for Mark Stevens and Ben Hart playing on Corey McKernan.
Oh, it's a
bit
big
of height
ask.
there, isn't he, Glenn?
Big Hart.
Bit of height.
He'll try and run off him, I'm sure.
Well, Capuano tried to come from the back of Herbert. The ball comes down to King. Hawks the hand pass. Loves to run with it, David King. Disappointing kick, though. Straight into the bread basket of Nigel Smart. Towards the outer side. Good team system here. And on the run, Tyson. James Tyson in between halfback and wing. Floats it up to Bassett up from the last line. Had to get rid of it quickly. Rashuto. To the 50. And disciplined punch by McCartney. Comes to Tyson. On his hammer is McKernan. Ball flipped back. Allison to Blakey. Round the boundary line, John Blakey. Approaching 300 games. And the ball out of bounds off Scholl.
It's a positive start for the Crows, Drew. They've got nothing to play for, and
They're certainly going to make a contest of it.
And Graham, just a couple of more matchups. The Adelaide in their forward line. Jarman's been picked up by Glenn Archer. As we expected, Peter Vardy and Byron Pick will be a great contest.
Backhander comes down to Smart. Smart towards half forward, pretty wide with his kick. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Well, here we go with the interchange, boys. First of all, the Kangaroos, Mooney, Clayton, Danny Stevens and Matlock.
So McCartney from right half back with the free kick. No score on the board as yet. A climb by McKernan but no mark. Scholl front of the pack. Up towards half forward, past Carey it goes. Well, he cleared a path for his teammates. That's great play. They go off the ground with Grant. A desperate lunge. Well done by Goodwin. Very well done by Goodwin. And the umpire's going to ball it up.
He's been in good form, Simon Goodwin. Very good last week. But you see North Melbourne's secret there. The ball quickly to Carey. He took front position. He didn't control it, but Shannon Grant running strongly to Wayne Carey's front. The ball ran for him. He was able to just push it forward.
Chance for the Kangaroos. McKernan does an outlet.
Too easy.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, too easy. Well, we watched Corey McKernan warming up at the start of the game. He came out by himself with just the fitness advisor, and he was stretching as though there was something wrong with him, but he does nothing wrong here. He's too big, just grabs at Benny Hart, the opposing ruckman there. No chance at all. Looking straight at the goals. All he had to do was pluck it and kick it.
And Graham Herbert limping in the middle.
Oh, well, why not? Everything else has gone wrong for them this year, Curls.
So the Kangaroos getting the first goal of the game. A goal to nothing. Back in the middle. Oh, bad bounce by the umpire. Herbert had to double back. Somehow gets it to Bickley. Kick towards centre half forward. Top mark taken by Blakey. Away to Pike. Up in the direction of half forward. 2-1 Adelaide. And the puncher's discipline comes to the front. King, he'll burn them off, David King. Centering ball. Scholl works to the front. It comes to Stevens. Smart under pressure. Umpire let it go. And now the whistle's gone as it's still the Kangaroos' way. And it's going to be a crow's free to Bassett.
It was sensible umpiring. He waited to see where the advantage lay. It was to Adelaide and brought it back to Nathan Bassett.
Close to the boundary line to Stevens. To Rashuto, who's nearly in the crowd when he takes the mark.
He's just about in the the Kangaroos interchange bench.
Kicked by Rashuto. He's been in plenty of the play early.
Kept your runner out in his own out wide.
And he's kicked deep inside the 50. Scholl, big leap, but couldn't take the mark. It comes to the back. Chance for Welsh. And he gets there second.
All she wanted was to be a star.
You're not anybody in America unless you're on TV.
It was an opportunity she'd kill for.
I will do anything to get this job, anything.
And that's exactly what she did.
So when will it happen? As you probably noticed, it's been another beautiful evening. With just a slight chill in the air. Did you get those kids to kill your husband? Who do you think is ready to leave?
Matt Dillon and Nicole Kidman will have your eyes wide open.
Today was a hot one.
To Die For premieres tonight.
The Kangaroos do have the slight breeze in the first quarter, but the first 2 goals of the game, it looks ominous.
It's not the breeze, Drew.
No, it's not. The clash in the middle. King burst through. Tackled high. Gee, it didn't look like a really bad one by Connell, but the umpire went the Kangaroos' way. Advantage played on the bounce to Carey. Oh, the one-handed pickup, if you don't mind. Bell just outside 50. Cornered like a rabbit in the lights. Bell up towards the behind line. He's offline with his kick and through for a minor score.
Well, I think you'll find from up there that the Crows, to win this football match going forward, will have to use the ball very, very well, because there's no question that the North Melbourne are the better outfit today, and they will have more opportunities to score goals.
I reckon, Curl, you're absolutely spot on. And one of the players I'm a bit surprised to see Andrew McLeod playing out of a back pocket. With a midfield like North Melbourne, I reckon the Kangaroos, I'd like to see Cloud up the midfield for the Crows and give them some drive into their forward line.
Well, that certainly really hurt them in the grand final last year.
This is James Tyson going for a gallop down the outer side. The Kangaroos are 2-1 to nothing, and the Crows looking for their first score. Well played by Tyson. Forward pocket, punched by McCartney, who's been good. It comes to McGregor. Liptak had to reach for it, and the Kangaroos will look for the line. Blakey dives, He's not doing anything to get rid of it. You're holding the ball.
Well, it's tough, isn't it?
Well, he fell on the ball there, Cornsey. I thought maybe the umpire did the right thing there. Got to knock it out when you fall on it.
So young David Gallagher in his 12th senior game.
It's quite clear, that rule, Doug. If you jump on it and hold in, you're holding the ball.
Yep.
Gallagher for the Crows' first score. Very disappointing. Across the face. Punched by Mick Martin. Well, that's their first score. A rush behind. So it's 2 goals, 1 the Kangaroos, leading the Crows 1 behind.
And Gallagher, who has been very impressive either on the wing and half back in his early games for the Crows, playing at half forward. Andrew McLeod's on Brett Chandler. And,
Brett Harvey.
Sorry, Brett Harvey.
Yep.
Brett Harvey. And obviously Malcolm Blight's seen the damage that Brett Harvey can do.
Yeah.
Cornsey, you'd know all about it. He kicked 5 in the state game while you were coaching against him.
Tell me about it.
Sorry to bring it up. And the ball's out of play.
But we'd seen him, it wasn't totally unexpected, we'd seen him do the same thing to Port Adelaide last year in a wet game, so...
And this North defence, I think, or the Kangaroos defence, they're meaner than the tax department.
You had trouble with them, have you?
not really.
Rashudo. Oh, Connell. Gee, a dive by Simpson was courageous. It's a Crows free kick coming back to Mark Rashudo, just forward of the wing. In short to Ormond Allen. Stevens and Ormond Allen a match-up. Anthony Stevens, that is. We've seen Trent Ormond Allen earlier in the year, actually in the ruck. The kick's very wide and not really to the advantage of the side. Lift that hand pass to Vardy. Good. Vardy! Oh, so close. He hit the post.
Well, you're seeing the advantage of Matthew Liptak already, his ability to get to the forward of the ball. And Crum, good left-hand handball. Pressure from Pickett just didn't allow Vardy to settle, and there's been a free kick awarded off the ball here, Drew.
Yeah, it comes up the ground 50 metres to a centre-half back.
I think it was Vardy kicked the ball away. That's why the 50-metre penalty was given.
Archer to Blakey, already to half forward to Carey, one out with his opponent Mark Stevens in a lot of space, and Stevens does well. Mark Stevens, of course, a former Kangaroos player, and he's playing on his former captain. Big task.
Well, he's got a good reputation on and a good record on Wayne Carey, so he won't be intimidated, but Carey's in excellent form at the moment.
McKernan and Herbert. Did you see what McKernan did then? He socketed that out of mid-air towards the boundary line. Smart. Blakey drops it. Bickley into his back. Free kick, Blakey. Advantage to the Kangaroos. Bell takes it quickly. It bounces on. Allison, clever. And Capuano kicks the goal.
Vehicle hit wall square on. Driver, collide with steering wheel now. Front passenger impact.
All car manufacturers use controlled crash tests to prove the safety of their cars. But out here, a recent survey into over 500,000 real-life crashes found 91 to 97 Magna to be the safest Australian-built car. And new Magna is built to the same standards. So why choose anything else?
Well, normally a goal sneak would be expecting a palm out from a big fella to kick a goal. This time it was the goal sneak who palmed to Capuano who kicked the goal. Back in the middle, and Capuano back on the ball, smashes it out for the Kangaroos. Ormond Allen to Hart. Hart's kick to half forward. Archer does well on Jarman. Crowd want a free kick. Whistle didn't blow. Vardy to the line and out.
And interchange for the Crows at the start is James. Bond, unusual.
James Bond.
Binky and Jamison.
A couple of midfield matchups. Simpson running for Shudo and Mark Bickley, the skipper, taking on Peter Bell.
A real scrap at ground level. The ball's flipped out the Kangaroos' way. Simpson did well to Bell. Bell's kick to Carey. And he's into it for the first time, but still can't take a mark. Oh, well played, Wayne Carey to Stevens. Terrific centering kick. Kangaroos again, Welsh.
Oh, that's class from Wayne Carey, but Simon Goodwin just breaking that golden rule. When the ball comes over the back of the pack, you've got to be in front of your opponent. And Welsh there, just lead him to the ball. Too often it'll come over the back of the pack.
Scott Welsh for his second goal. Right in front, 40 metres out.
It's home.
Nails it.
Shivers, it's nearly Father's Day. Carden's a West Ender up.
$24.99. Well, thank you very much.
Black bottle Black bottle brandy, $18.99.
Oh, stuffed it up.
Morris pressing casks, $15.99.
Shivers very good.
$49.99. Great for Father's Day.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Well, Wayne Carey hasn't taken a mark or had a kick yet, but 2 handballs have set up 2 goals, and the Kangaroos are 4-1 to 2 behinds. Capuano in the middle, Bell, they get it going forward again. Capuano to Stevens, deep inside the 50. It bounces on. McKernan, for his size, he plays like a rover nearly. Back to Carey. He puts it to the top of the square. Chest mark, too easy. Grant.
Oh, well, Graham, we just saw that out of the centre. Gornsey out of the middle, you've got to do it.
Out of the centre. The centre's important, but at the same time, defenders have to be right alongside forward line players, particularly when it's a dangerous team like North Melbourne. You know they're going to come out and hit you hard. You know there's going to be a rush of opportunities in their forward line, and defenders have to be right alongside players like Shannon Grant. Nigel Smart's his immediate opponent.
Right in front and only 20 metres out. 5 goals to the Kangaroos.
Yeah. Did I say?
Well, I always thought that you had to take your new car back to the dealer to get it serviced. But this friend of mine said that she gets hers serviced at UltraTune. They use all of the right parts and the price is fixed. Hey, they sound pretty good to me.
Okay, obviously planned before the game, Jules.
Well, 31 to 2. Can the Crows stop this riot that's going on at the moment? Peter Bell bursts through the middle and kicks to full forward. Welsh caught behind. Now he's got it. Gives it straight up to Smart. Back to Hart. He's in trouble. Nigel Smart in a hurry. He looked for the line, but King was there. Umpire will ball it up.
That should be holding ball. The boy tried to crash through.
It's a great tackle by Matt Connell, and much maligned here in Adelaide, and he's just busting his valve to play good football, and a tremendous tackle on David King, who is a very aggressive, strong player.
A lot of players around this ball up, and it's worked to the line by Golding, and a throw-in.
I just reckon, sorry, Drew, there, I just reckon Cool's hit on the head before. The Kangaroos, their back line, their rebounding back line. You've got Martin Pike, King, Blakey, Pickett. They're just a great back line.
And hurriedly Grant to the edge of the goal square. Well, tried something fancy out of the air, Welsh, but back out of bounds. Kangaroos came into the game having won their last 4 games, and the Crows had lost their last 3. So a big form difference, and only 2 weeks ago the Crows were beaten by over 100.
Gallagher's been moved on to Bell, Drew.
Kangaroos everywhere here. Look at them at the 50. Harvey works hard. Back to Grant. He's not going for the score. Top of the goal square is what he wants. Carey! Not quite this time. Allison couldn't control it. Works it back, but Mark Stevens clears. Towards the outer side. Tyson, good running mark. In short to the dot. Lip tack. Well, that's what it was aimed for. A shocking kick. Pike puts it out in front. And that's a bit expensive. Oh, it might be expensive, yeah. Tyson again. Well, he's been pretty good for the Crows. Kick by James Tyson, and Rashudo up from the goal square. He's in the centre square. Now Jarman, as far from goal as he usually gets. And a beautiful kick by Jarman. What else would you expect? Herbert a mark.
Well, it was a very positive move too. There was a lot of pressure on the outside to win the ball back when James Tyson turned it over. Good strong lead by Rashudo up the centre of the ground. He had options, but none better than Jarman outside him. And this ball finds Lucas Herbert. Not a difficult shot for goal. Slight breeze that he's kicking it into.
Got to kick this one.
He is a ruckman, don't forget, fellas.
Meaning?
Could go anywhere.
So Herbert from about 40 metres for the Crows' first goal. Silence greets a behind.
Yes, I think that's what Kills meant. That was the right side to miss to if you're going to miss, I guess.
Is there a right side?
Yeah. At least he gave himself a chance.
Well, at the moment, I'm seeing a repeat of what I saw yesterday. Tony Shaw's last game at Victoria Park, and the Pies were absolutely thrashed in the first quarter.
That is a magnificent kick-off by Byron Pickett.
Sure is. It's gone 70 metres, and the mark to Capuano. Ball comes to the front. Oh, Stevens. Bassett looking for the line. Carey and McLeod, and together they take it over.
Andrew McLeod bustling him across the boundary line. I think you're right, Duggar. We'd like to see Andrew McLeod further. Just watch him. He takes on Carey. He's fighting out of his class, but just gets rid of him there.
And Malcolm Blight's last game as coach, and if the Crows hope to send him off in right royal fashion, having a bit of a struggle. Harvey's kick, dropped by Smart. It comes to King. It busts a tackle. Bell, good team football. Back to Grant. Disappointing finish. Goodwin to Ben Hart, and they work towards the outer side. We have just under 9 minutes remaining to quarter time, and just nothing going right for the Crows.
I don't know how you see it, Graham, but I think if you are a depleter like the Crows are, you've got to have your best ball getters and your best players around where the ball is.
And the game plan has to be simple too, girls.
So from the throw-in, the ball's gone back out of bounds. No, it hasn't. Maybe the Crows thought it had. Archer to the top of the square. Welsh is proving difficult. Allison, he's got one too.
They can explode with the fury of a nuclear weapon. They can build new land where there was just ocean. Come to places few of us have ever been. The new series taking the world by storm. Raging Planet, Monday on 7.
Once again, Ali is facing another life crisis. But who cares? Because look what else is going down.
Cameras rolling. Action!
7's Ali McDeering, Monday.
Well, despite the fact the Kangaroos have won 16 games and came into this round, well, battling out for a top 2 finish, they actually haven't put sides away. Their average winning margin this year is 23 points. Well, it's going to be more than that at quarter time. It's 34 at the minute. Bickley. Bickley to 50. Herbert, well done.
Well, he's moved strongly at the ball the last couple of opportunities and a couple of very strong grabs.
And the lead out towards the pocket was Shudo. That was he was there for, but couldn't complete the mark. Harvey keeps it in. Stevens does well to bounce that ball out.
Interesting move by the Kangaroos here. We have King going to half forward and Grant going to the wing. Maybe this will give King a rest.
This could so well have been out of bounds on the full, but Stevens just dropped it down in front of himself about half a metre. Herbert knocked it goalwards, worth a kick. Pike gets high.
No free kick.
No free kick for that.
Gotta be a free.
Pickett from the back pocket. Oh, well done, Grant. Has moved back to midfield, up to half forward. Scholl caught behind. Bassett there too. Great pace, Allison. Scholl. Balked with the hand pass. Scholl for goal. A magnificent kick.
Gee whiz.
The Blight Years. The present will cover his last day with exclusive pictures. The past, all the good times and bad. The future, and high expectations for the club he left with a premiership tradition. Blight Years. A special 7 nightly news, Monday at 6 o'clock.
The 1999 AFL and Players Association Awards. With the most valuable player, best captain, and the all-Australian team. Channel 7, Monday, 9:30.
Body on the line. It was courageous play by him. His recovery was absolutely first class. Great play by Grant.
The Kangaroos aren't the highest scoring team in the comp. That's the Brisbane Lions, but they have scored the most goals for the season. And already in the first quarter, they have 6 different goal kickers. Ball out of the middle from Bickley. Pickett, just great control. Out in a paddock for Bell. Here comes Smart.
Well, he had to go. He left David King to... He had to get there. He had to either lay the tackle on Peter Bell or force him out of bounds.
A throw in on centre wing. It is a light breeze in favour of the Kangaroos in the first quarter, but nothing like a 40-point advantage with still 7 minutes to play to quarter time. Anthony Stevens up towards Carey. Well done, Wayne Carey.
Just too much space he had.
That's his first mark. Into the hole in short. Welsh, good spoil by Goodwin. Bassett. Oh, he's pulling it underneath him. Samuel, goal. Oh, lucky.
Oh, both ends, you got to play on both ends.
Well, if you're going to be consistent, you have to. And the arm comes out and breaks it back in.
Oh, that is a free kick.
But he's trying. He actually got rid of it, really. Well, who was the other player who took it?
The only youngster, don't forget.
Yeah. And maybe the umpires already have a handicap system going and they're trying to keep the Crows in the game.
Oh, cool.
Knockout was good to Bassett. Up towards centre wing. Herbert, been all right. He works hard to get to the ball, but only as far as McCartney. Tyson loses control of it. Simpson, Scholl, breaks a tackle, gets the hand pass away. Peter Bell from 48 metres. Goal square. McKernan. And juggled. Through it's gone for a minor score.
Yeah, there's an intensity and a pressure about the Kangaroos at the moment that suggests that they have got a lot of football yet to play. Kangaroos in the finals, the Crows last game, looking forward to a rest, I'd say.
Down outside their room before the game, Graham, great atmosphere, a lot of noise.
The kick in, bounces on and bounces on. Connell. Matt Connell up towards centre wing, close to the line. And John Blakey, who will have to go on to next year to reach 300 games. Today, 296.
I think during his form, there's no doubt he'll go next year. I know Dennis Pagan rates him very highly. He can tag. He does play in the midfield and certainly can go forward and kick goals, so he can play all over the ground, John Blakey.
McCartney towards the line.
Fanatical about his fitness too, Doug.
Yeah, he's very good.
And that makes a big difference when you're getting towards the latter stages of your career.
Still 5 1/4 minutes to go to quarter time. Kangaroos 7-2 to 3 points. I think they would have a fair bit of revenge on their mind as well here today against the Crows. They led them at half-time in the grand final last year, led by 24 points, finished up getting flogged by 35. A remarkable turnaround. Bell into Capuano. Long ball. Scholl with a leap at the back. Comes to the front and cleared by Golding. And a dive low down. Mark taken by the skipper, Mark Bickley.
Good switch.
Back, yep. Hart being chased by McKernan. Well, Corey's just back from groin problems, so Hart at the advantage. Young David Gallagher inside the 50. Kick it yourself, son. Gallagher for the Crows first, but he misses.
Well, it's a positive move. Started with a great kick from Mark Bickley when he switched play. Ben Hart had run off, but there was tremendous pressure from Corey McKernan.
I think the Crows supporters are in for a long afternoon. I think the Kangaroos ones are in for an enjoyable one.
Pickett towards the outer side. Well, we had a 70-metre kick in before, and that's not much short of it, and it gets to the back. This is phenomenal by the Kangaroos. Pike already inside 50, attacking end. McLeod gone. Harvey. Play on rules the umpire. Work towards the line. Carey. It's still there. McLeod kept it in. Tyson up towards Golding on centre wing. Interference over the shoulder, and Golding will take the free kick. Plays on quickly to Liptak. Oh, what's happening here? Liptak buried as he had to wait for that ball. He's holding it. Actually, everybody stopped. It was almost like, well, we know it's a holding it, but the umpire took a while to give it.
Well, he's given him 52, has he? That's... Well, just watch what's happened here. Matty Liptak's claimed in the tackle. Fair enough, holding the ball. And the umpire said he didn't give the ball back quickly enough.
Good 52 more by real estate.
75-metre 50.
And Byron Pickett deep inside the 50 to Carey. Couldn't quite. Ormond Allen. Mark Stevens, he's wrapped up. Kangaroos have won their last 3 games at Football Park, so it's not totally a hostile environment for them. And also, they've won 6 of their last 7 against the Crows, because the big one they missed out on was the grand final. They'd probably swapped 6 for the 1.
Yeah, inside 50 who drew the Kangaroos 17 to the Adelaide Crows only 8. Big difference there.
Real scrap here. Gallagher, little hand pass went behind Liptak. Gallagher ridden in the back by Allison. Umpire has sorted out.
Well, a good attack on the ball by young Gallagher. He's a young player. He's made the most of his opportunities. Head down, burrows through. Good tackle by Allison. And letting it go was a good decision.
Palm down towards Liptak. Hand pass on the bounce to Ormond Allen. Oh, he's giving it straight up. Pickett. He could do anything from here, Byron Pickett. Well, it's not great, but that's a fortune. Shoal.
Well, the golden rule is if you play in front, and the kick goes astray or falls short, you're more than likely to get it. It was a lucky take, but you make your own luck in football, and if you're prepared to play in front and be alert, which he was.
Peter Bell now has had 9 touches here, Cornsey, and young Gallagher, he's got a great future. He can kick both sides of the body. He's had 2 touches.
Shoal from 51 metres. Great technique. Just a little bit short. In the goal square, contested off hands. And a behind.
Yes, every time it goes in the air in the Kangaroos forward line, Crow supporters' hearts will be in their mouth because there's just not enough height down there.
Just trying to find one positive thing for the Crows, Graham, and at this stage I can't.
Hart clears the 50 to Bassett. Very high ball to centre wing. Blakey did well to punch away, but it hit the sort of side of his fist. Bickley, 41-point lead to the Kangaroos. Bickley, oh, well done, McGregor. This boy in his first season is a dead set positive for the Adelaide Crows.
Well, he saw Mark Bickley with the ball, and he led. Mick Martin was right with him. He did not give him daylight, gave him no room whatsoever. He led him to the ball, just turned his body at the right time to take the mark under all sorts of pressure.
For the Crows' first goal, into a slight breeze and outside 50. A beautiful kick, but offline, and another behind. 5 behinds, plays 7 goals 3.
He's very young, but he's got a big future.
I just reckon the positive side here for the Kangaroos at the moment. Wayne Keary's had 2 kicks, yet to kick a goal. Corey McKernan as well, playing the Fawns, had the 1 kick to the 1 goal. And the Kangaroos got 7 goals on the board. The positive side for the Kangaroos.
And 6 different goal kickers.
I'll tell you what, the kickoffs, either from Byron Pickett or David King then for North Melbourne, have been tremendous.
Grant, a nest of Kangaroos players, well controlled by McKernan. Here's a goal coming up. Brent Harvey, Cornsey's mate. Harvey, and he hit the post.
He didn't do that in June, did he? That was a tremendous play, though, from the kickoff. We're just a bit critical of North Melbourne huddling on the kickoffs. It's allowing the Crows to come off too easily.
And the ball's got to go back after Connell marked a mile in the clear. 46-5. It's 11 scoring shots to 5. Hart to McLeod. Got a bit of a break. Allison closing him down. McLeod's kick towards the wing. Tyson has been a positive for the Crows. He's done all right out there. Half-distance pass and the mark to Herbert. That's good play. Off to Smart. Smart long. 1 out McGregor with Martin. Crowd calling for interference. No whistle on the play and work to the boundary line.
No, it was great play by Mick Martin. Maybe just a brief touch, but nothing worse than McGregor did to him.
I don't think it warranted a free kick. I think it was fair.
It would have been very soft curls, and Mick Martin did well to get back and cover him, actually.
For the boundary throw, and last chance for the Crows to get a goal before quarter time. But Archer got between the ruck contest and the goals and mops up. Here's Harvey running onto it at centre wing. There's only 15 seconds left. There could be another goal here for the Kangaroos. Grant, certainty coming up. Shoal right in front and 35 metres from goal.
I think you're right, Graham. He called the kick out. It appears that the Crows ain't sort of manning up, where on the other hand, when the Crows kick out, the Kangaroos do man up every player, and I think the Crows must man up and get a man.
Well, we can talk about that later. We'll stay with Shoal because it's a reasonably important kick.
Well, for an 8-goal first quarter. Scholl for his second. He's got it.
Oh, dear.
Well, Craig Scholl, in round 7, when the Kangaroos beat the Crows by 56 points, he kicked 6, and he's well on the way to doing it again with 2 in the first quarter. This crowd is absolutely silent. The Kangaroos 8-4 to 5 points.
They didn't come with expectations of a victory, but I'm sure they came to see a much more competitive effort than what they've seen in this first quarter. The game is not over, and it doesn't look good.
A 47-point lead to the Kangaroos at quarter time.
Good afternoon. Coming up shortly in the news break at half-time, a day of fun for some kids on a special truck convoy run has turned sour after a chain collision. Many children weren't wearing seatbelts. What went wrong for an Adelaide couple honeymooning in Malaysia? The bride dead after a fall from a high-rise balcony. Also tonight, Blighty's farewell from Football Park. Emotions were running high as the Messiah said goodbye. And we'll tell you who plays who in the final. See you at half-time.
Let's talk Ford Falcon.
It's Australia's best value with the most powerful standard 6 and the lowest running costs in its class. From only $29,990 drive away with airbag, 4-speed auto, air conditioning and remote central locking, plus the biggest interior in its class. All from only $29,990 drive away. That's outstanding value. Impressive, isn't it?
Now you're talking Ford dealers.
Is your soil screaming for help? Toss it a lifeline. Use Fertico organic and mineral-based fertilizers. The combination of water-soluble and organic nutrients will maintain your productivity and future.
Well, the game's got a bit quiet now. Not much happening. I can't remember a more boring match.
Oh, that was an incredible play!
It's died down a bit now. And the players seem to be asleep. Throw was.
Oh, spectacular!
Hasn't carried on, though. Very up and down game. Mainly down.
Oh, what brilliant!
Link, and you'd have missed it.
For your pizza heaven, call up Pizza Heaven today.
These prices from Truscott Hi-Fi are so low, I have to stand on tippy-toe just to show them to you. Like this LG 51cm TV, a low $469. And this NEC 6-head stereo VCR, a ridiculous $429. Hitachi 300 digital zoom camcorder, just $849. And Sony 150 watts Dolby Pro Logic Mini Hi-Fi, only $699. That's low, so go to Truscott's, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms. See ya.
Sarah Homes are the design innovators for holiday homes, weekenders and country homes. Whether you wish to build at the beach, by the river or as a rural retreat, from around $30,000, Sarah Homes can tailor build a home to suit your specific requirements. Picture a Sarah Homes retreat on your piece of paradise. Call 8243-0388 for a Sarah Homes brochure today.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding? By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards and car rentals. So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
Hi, I'm Duncan Armstrong. These trees are nature's air conditioners. On the 4th and 5th of September, you can jump on a free train or bus from your capital city to help plant 2 million trees for Olympic land care. Do your bit for a Green Games in 2000.
Start of the second quarter, and see if the Crows can get back into it with the slight breeze in this quarter. Bickley's kick. Martin in front for the Kangaroos. Away to King. Picks out the right option with a terrific hand pass to Blakey. His kick to centre-half forward. Carey had a bit of trouble with Mark Stevens so far. Allen jumps into them. Smart's been excellent. Away to Mark Stevens, whose kick was knocked down by Capuano. Simpson pulled to the ground. And the Crows come away with it. Tyson, who had 6 possessions in the first quarter. Away to Mark Stevens, running off Carey. To full forward, here's a chance for the Crows. It gets to ground level. Jarman will get him on the board. No, he won't. Out of bounds on the full.
Well, Stevens has got a very big job on Wayne Carey, but why not take the game up to him? He's run forward, he's created the attacking option, and that opportunity for Darren Jarman just not quite as magical as we've seen him in the past, though.
Pickett still managed about a 70-metre or 65-metre kick into the breeze. Comes to Bell along the boundary line. Courage by Mick Martin. Well, you can be tough when it's easy, but when you're running there and the ball's coming over your head, and you never take your eye off the ball, that is toughness. Well done, mighty Mick. Smart. The other baldy. Connell. It's good. Over the centre circle. Oh, well, when it's just not your day, it's not your day. The bounce didn't favour the Crows. The hand pass straight into Gallagher, and way to Smart. Quickly to full forward. Oh, McGregor just goes to ground. McCartney, all the Macs down there, and McCartney finds the line.
And the importance of being able to keep your feet, just that crucial slip when McGregor was about to take the ball there.
Well, Bickley now has gone back to Peter Bell here, Graham, which he had early in that first quarter. Young David Gallagher now has gone to half-forward flank, picked up by John Blayton.
Capuano, magnificent. Away to Simpson. Not a great kick, but Grant works to the front of Tyson. Grant will get it back from Stevens. Has been pretty quiet, actually, Anthony Stevens. Allison, here's Stevens for another touch. Well, that wasn't a disposal. No whistle. Simpson once more to King, turning him inside out. Brett Allison in a bit of space. Centering ball, Scholl. Scholl across the ground. Not the best of kicks, it bounced to Bell. He's on the 50. Taken to ground. Harvey's there. Magnificent tackle by Bickley. And Mark Bickley wins the day. Brilliant. His kick to the centre of the ground. Vardy. Crows looking to get their first goal. Away to Rasciuto. McGregor underneath the ball. He comes back at it. Gets a toe to it. Took a big divot too. Hand pass intercepted. Well, actually, Jarman got it, and from an impossible angle. He's nearly kicked a great goal.
When it left the boot, just watch this pressure, Mark Bickley, and able to strip the ball from Brent Harvey again, and able to, as well as that, get his feet and get the handball off to Matt Payne.
Well, the crowd chanting for Adelaide. They've kicked 6 behinds. And here we are into the second quarter. They're still looking for their first goal. Look at the space here for Brett Allison. He has got 40 metres to go. Carey leads in short. Allison longer. Welsh from the back. To the floor. Grant. Bell. Easy.
Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom.
Making it easy for you.
Sit out of the ground.
Well, that was... Look, Peter Bell, he's just celebrating well before he even got the footy. This is just awesome. 9-4 to 6 behinds. And remember back 11 months ago, who beat who for the premiership at the MCG? Anthony Stevens. Just getting a few touches in the last few minutes. He's up to 6. Hart, Bickley, thank goodness for him, and Smart, and 1 or 2 others. Connell. Pike looking for the line and gets it out.
Yes, and that North Melbourne defence, just look at the spirit there. Martin Pike, congratulated by his teammates, right against his opponent, thumped it clear and total desperation.
Capuano gets to the front. Now Herbert's got it, takes one high. There's a little free kick in there, huh?
Yeah, the umpire right off the play saw it and called it. The umpire officiating closest to the play didn't pay it. But justice will prevail. You see it here, though. Just grabs him high.
Yep. So the advantage of 3 umpires. And we finally got the right decision. Lucas Herbert.
Not confident.
Have a shot.
Ormond Allen going to the back pocket. McLeod coming on the ball.
Well, now Bickley. And Bickley's had 9 possessions. It's been good, Bickley. He's got the job on Peter Bell's had 11. Bickley, I've been watching the Bickley Bell situation there. Every time Bickley wants to go forward, he's looking over his shoulder to see where Peter Bell's going to go. It's a big job for Mark Bickley.
For the Crows' first goal. 49 metres out. Breeze at his back. At last! 6-minute mark, second quarter.
Here's a dad who knows just what he doesn't want for Father's Day.
Dad?
Yes,
Have we had the tape measure?
and here's a specialist who knows exactly what kind of toys your dad really wants. And here's the Toys for the Boys catalogue, with the chance to win Dad one of 2 fabulous Fords from the store that's been giving dads what they really want for decades.
Hi, Dad. I made this for you.
And here's you feeling pretty good.
Well, young King McGregor has gone to the bench. He did stumble over in a contest which could have proved costly. Crows finished up getting a goal. Their first 6 minutes into the second quarter. Connell. Crowd starting to get behind the home side now. Kick by Connell. Good punch by McCartney. Lip tack in front. Blakey. Bowled over by Bickley. Off the ground, Pike. And good defence by the Kangaroos. Still a 46-point lead. They're a goal each in the second quarter. But the Kangaroos had 9 on the board before the Crows got their first.
Yeah, Malcolm Blight now's moved McLeod onto the ball with Brinkley and Risciuto. 3 great midfield players. Good to see that move.
Pike, he looks for the line again. We're happy to see it.
You'd say the move was about 30 minutes too late.
Might be right, Graham, yeah. We called for it. We wanted it.
We did call for it.
Your coaching potential, Hawk.
Oh.
Mate, there's 6 jobs going, Beggar. You've got to get one of them.
And I'll tell you what, talking about coaching, Cornsey, back in Melbourne, your name's been linked to the Tigers.
That's all right.
Would you look at it? Graham.
Black and white, great colours. Black and yellow, great colours.
Doug, do you think you'd be an offensive coach or a defensive coach?
Offensive coach.
Okay.
You reckon, Curls?
Who would you offend?
Don't know. I'll be attacking coach. Don't worry about that.
I'm certain of that.
Oh, Corey McKernan. Just kicks to a bit of space here. Harvey caught behind Ormond Allen. Good mark, Trent Ormond Allen.
Yes, Trent Ormond Allen's got such athletic skill. He doesn't gather enough possessions, but that's an indication of what he can do.
Kicks towards centre wing. And Herbert.
See, if you can do that sort of movement, there is no sense to rush and make a turnover. Take your time and deliver the ball correctly.
Big pack gathers at the 50. Here's Becky at the back. He goes for goal. Jarman's there, 1 out. And off his fingers and out of bounds.
Yeah, good pressure by Archer. These Kangaroo defenders are so totally focused and professional. They will not give the opposition forward line any space in which to move.
Well, it comes to Liptak, who had a bit of a fumble. Jarman rips it down. And eventually the ball out of bounds.
And Dennis Pagan certainly had that grand final in mind. With Jarman up in that forward area. It wasn't going to be Blakey. It was going to be Archer.
Capuano does pretty well to clear the area. King left it behind for Hart. Kick partly smothered. Blakey in a hurry. Scholl trying to work Bassett. Bassett works him. Risciuto roosted. Pickett's back there. And marks right on the line, about a third of a metre in play, and 50 metres.
Well, I would like to see that again. Quite. Oh,
not much. Pretty soft.
That is not worth 50. However, we should have a recommendation today. Final so close, Hawk, we won't criticise the umpires, okay?
No, we won't.
Have a look at it again, though. Like,
a little bit soft.
Well, look at the act.
Great kick by Pickett into the breeze. Moratorium on umpires, eh? Okay. Oh, look at the pace of Peter Bell. Out wide he goes. Grant off the left boot. Nails another one.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa!
come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Well, who would have thought the Kangaroos could kick 10 goals when Wayne Carey's had just 4 possessions and hasn't managed to score?
It's amazing, Drew. Inside 50, Adelaide 10, Kangaroos only 3 in this quarter.
Bell's kick partly knocked down by McLeod, but the Kangaroos just get there in numbers. Capuano, ball knocked up the ground by Simpson to King. That's a free kick.
Yes, and that's a very undisciplined tackle too. Look, he takes him over the shoulder. You have to take them low, fall to the ground, drag them to the ground.
Matthew Golding in the centre is finding out what AFL football is all about.
Here's John Blakey. Blakey's kick over the head of Allison. He could only lament he knew it wasn't his. Bassett takes the mark.
Switch to play now.
Kick by Bassett. Bickley, almost a half volley. He just got it above the grass. Now there's a bit of space here for Tyson. He's got a break on Grant, who's desperate to get back. Tyson's kick to Jarman, who works to the front. Archer the punch. Archer gets it out of there. Clean ball, Venky. Now Brent Harvey. Oh, that's good vision. McCartney off about half a step. Overrun by Capuano. Herbert. Gallagher. Running into trouble. Martin gets into Bickley. Well, that's a good contest. Umpire says it's a dead heat.
And the big difference between the two sides at the moment is North Melbourne just running so strongly to get numbers around the ball. You know, West Coast called for a count last night, but quite simply, if you run harder, you get more players around the ball, you're always going to have more players with opportunities.
Simpson, the ruckman, down to Harvey. His kick to Carey. Just brings other teammates into the game. Scholl, round the... Mick Martin! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen! He gets it out! Welsh off the left, and he kicks the goal. His third.
On Today Tonight, Adelaide's asbestos scandal.
It's very serious.
Ripped from a home without proper precautions.
There's no doubt about that.
Families at risk.
It's a complete job.
And a government cover-up.
This time they got caught.
Plus a desperate Adelaide mum whose little boy can't stop eating.
And this is the way it always is?
Yeah.
Just 10 years old and 80 kilos. A mother's plea.
I need a break.
And the 59-year-old twins who live in a car.
It just seems a natural thing to do.
That's Today Tonight this week.
So Scott Welsh finally gets his third goal, but it was almost Mick Martin's first for the season.
Yeah, it could have been, Drew. Hey, Curl, does Blighty use the bench yet at this stage?
Yeah, we've had Binky's come on.
Binky's come on
and there's a change about to take place now.
Two, okay.
To the front of the pack, overrun by Grant. Slight fumble by Harvey. Harvey gets another chance, though. But defensively, Goodwin. Gallagher. Not a bad kick by Goodwin. To the middle of the ground, Connell, Smart. The Kangaroos running like madmen to get back. Smart to nobody. And certainly not to the goal line. Behind, I didn't miss by that much. Behind, so they've kicked 1-7.
Well, it was an open forward line. I think it's probably worth a go. He looked up, didn't see any options. Matthew Liptak was calling for it, but the goal square was okay.
Gee, this was the boots on the other foot from the grand final last year when the Kangaroos were inaccurate. They kicked 8-22.
Here come two more changes for the Crows.
Golding's kick, Liptak. They came from everywhere. McCartney. And out of play. Herbert for McGregor.
Well, it'll be nice, obviously, for the Kangaroos to win, Drew, but nothing makes up for grand final losses.
No.
I agree.
No, this is heading for the Kangaroos' 7th win out of their last 8 against the Crows. The only one they didn't win was the one they really wanted to win. Vardy working hard. Nearly thrown out to Bickley. Bickley offline. That's 1-8.
And every time they get the ball, they're under so much pressure, such is the intensity of the Kangaroos. There's pressure here. The endeavour from the Crows is good. The quick handball out, but Mark Bickley doesn't have any space. He saw the goals, but didn't have time to get the boot on the ball properly.
David King. I'm tipping later on a few of these defenders for the Kangaroos might be working up towards goal-kicking position, like we saw Mick Martin a short time ago. Stevens comes out wide, and the ball gets over the line. I can't quite believe that Byron Pickett hasn't managed a goal in 48 games for his career. I'm tipping he'll get up there.
There you go. Well, that makes it interesting to watch.
Because he can kick him from 70. King. Welsh gets past Goodwin. Carey, another hand pass to Grant. Wasn't his best. Grant had to go 20 metres backwards. Good play. Pike to Grant. Welsh leading to space at half forward. Perfect kick. McKernan in short. Disappointing kick that. Bickley. He is waving the flag for the Crows here today. Mark Bickley, the captain, and smart as well. Bond just on. Kick by Bond. Jarman bumped out very early. And the ball to the line.
Yes, and that turnover where Mark Bickley was able to intercept is an indication of the Kangaroos' discipline. Such is their instinct to come back through the centre and use the centre corridor. Sometimes it isn't the best option. And it allows the opposition player to get to the fall of the ball, as Bickley did, and turn it over.
Palm down to King. Simpson. And his kick towards centre wing. Nobody there for the Kangaroos. Bassett, the hound, gets back. Connell. And Connell to a big group of players, but camped underneath the ball is Simpson to take the mark before the spoiler, right?
Just about to say, Matty Connell's been pretty good, Corns. He's had probably 8 or 9 kicks, but just on that occasion did turn the ball over, and it can be very costly for you.
Front of the pack, Peter Bell. He was nearly dacked. Welsh. Carey works it to the back. That's clever. Grant. Carey running on. He'll get it back to King. And a goal coming up. Nobody in front of him. Look at McLeod. Good chance, Andy McLeod. But Carey goes anyway.
Lifting it.
It's a goal.
Monday, 7:30 on 7's new series, Raging Planet.
You need to be aware of what's going on around you at all times.
Volcanoes, a source of life and the world's most explosive force.
Before anybody could react, it exploded.
They can erupt with the fury of a nuclear weapon. They can build new land where there was just ocean.
You just don't know what might happen next.
Come to places few of us have ever been. On the new series, Raging Planet. Monday, 7:30 on 7.
Well, that was a wonderful moment in a game of football where Wayne Carey was strolling towards goal and Andy McLeod was going 8 to his 1. Nearly ran him down, almost put him off, but Carey still kicked the goal. And that's 12-4 to 1 goal 8. It's a remarkable scoreboard. Simpson. Bell. Kicked by Peter Bell towards the 50. Just as well Smart and Bickley have turned up. Carey. Oh, intercepted by Smart. To James. Goodwin. And back to James. Jarman behind centre line. Good play. James for the 3rd time. Might get it 4 times to James. He might get it again. Keep going. McGregor just taken off his kick, but it's inside 50. James is still in the area. Comes to Pike. Kick by Pike. Look at the Kangaroos there. Simpson with his back to goal. Flips it up towards Grant. Disciplined punch by Hart. Comes back to Hart. O'Connell. 20-metre hand pass to Bassett. Bassett short to inside the 50. On the back. Vardy. Oh, just knocked down by Pike. It comes back and on the turn, Bond misses and kicks another behind. It's 1-9.
The intensity of that last 2 minutes of football from both teams was sensational. The Crows were applying all sorts of running pressure. The Kangaroos defending so fiercely, they just never allowed them to have a clean disposal.
Byron Pickett was just brilliant there. Like we saw McLeod at one end do it. Pickett did the same thing down that end.
James, brilliant with the hands. McLeod back to Tyson. Albertson, and it's now 1-10.
Gee, fellas, this is a repeat of that second quarter in the grand final where the poor old Kangaroos kicked themselves out of the game.
I've got to say, though, there's not too many easy shots being missed, girls. They're under all sorts of pressure, either on deep in the pocket or on their wrong side.
Yeah, but as we all know, some days if you're on, they go through.
In this quarter, the Crows have added 1-5 and the Kangaroos 2 straight.
That is a clever kick. Well done by James Tyson, though.
Blakey. They're hungry, the Kangaroos, aren't they? Nothing short of a premiership will do them this year.
I say that because there was 2 Kangaroo players deep on the boundary, and one of them had intended to block. He blocked his opponent, but Tyson was still able to get to the fall of the ball. It's a pretty clever set play.
Gee, a few are coming into this premiership equation. Brisbane have won 8 in a row. Essendon, minor premiers, and clearly. And you wouldn't write off the Kangaroos the way they're playing. James. And of course, the Hawk will never write off the Bulldogs.
Well, it's a free kick to Matty Connell. He just kept persisting. He didn't take the ball cleanly at any stage. Kept his body over the ball, and Martin Pike obviously infringed.
Worked pretty hard, Matty Connolly. He might be playing on a wing, Graham, or a half forward.
He's playing wing on David King.
He's playing on David King, working very, very hard both sides of the ground.
Connell with the breeze to help it back a bit. That's a beautiful kick, just in the goal square. And so miserly are they, the Kangaroos. No rusher behind there. 3 of the Crows, 1-11, have been rushed behinds. So the kicking's not all that disgraceful, but 1-11 to 12-4.
I just reckon inside 50, both sides are probably fairly even. It's just been a defence of the Kangaroos that we've touched on a couple of times. Their defence is just one of the best in the competition, the Kangaroos.
And fellas, there is a little more in this bruise than we thought. It's quite a strong one.
Interesting to see McKernan on the bench. Groin problems, missed last week. You'd rest a bloke, wouldn't you, with this sort of a scoreboard going for you? Motlop.
No, they assured Kernaghan's fine.
Play off. Wells draws a man. He shouldn't have. He should have popped it out to his captain. Carey was left lamenting. Bell to Carey. Now, don't underestimate anything this fella could do here. Carey, he didn't miss by much.
And the Cloud's got him again. Tremendous football here. The ball stayed alive, and Welsh just held on to it, shouldn't have. The first option was always there, either to carry or to kick. But watch it here. Oh, we don't see it where the Cloud is able to just put him off balance.
A few people going for a pie or a drink, or are a few of them leaving already, Coins?
No, just to escape the halftime crush, Drew. That's all it is. Okay. They won't go till Blighty goes.
James, back to Hart. Well, James came off the bench, but he's already had plenty of the ball. 6 hand passes. Hasn't bothered to have a kick yet. Pike. High ball, tough for Grant to wait under that. Oh, Bassett, Motlop, and Motlop got it straight back to Bassett. James, his 7th hand pass to Smart. Bickley. Gee, they're working well, the Crows, but just can't buy a goal. Jarman too far out, pokes it in short to Rashudo, but not short enough.
You'd always rely on Darren Jarman to find a leading teammate. He didn't then. There's nothing wrong with the Crows' endeavour and intensity at the moment. Their disposal is what's letting them down.
As we said earlier, Graham, to beat a team like the Kangaroos, they'd have to use that ball correctly.
Pickett's kick. Grant with the sit. Oh. Up in the second story of the block of flats. Martin back into Grant, but intercepted by Ormond Allen. To the centre circle, to Jarman. Playing a different role today, Darren Jarman. In midfield, but they might need some goal scoring from him.
That's great work on the mark by Capuano. Tremendous work.
Yep. Jarman to McLeod. Out wide Tyson. He goes back to the centre corridor for McGregor.
There's 2 disposals. It's gone 25 metres.
McGregor spears it in. Beautiful pass on the chest of Rashudo.
Yeah, some space opened up nicely in front there. Rashudo led strongly, and the kick was superb. Look at the way he punches it. just punches it into the space. There's not much room, but Rashudo always was going to get it.
Signs of maturity there, young McGregor. It's a good kick by him. He just waited. He could have kicked the ball nice and long into the goal square, and he found his target. Brilliant football by Ken McGregor.
Rashudo for the Crows' second only goal. Yes!
Vehicle hit wall square on. Driver, collided steering wheel now. Front passenger impact.
All car manufacturers use controlled crash tests to prove the safety of their cars. But out here, a recent survey into over 500,000 real-life crashes found 91 to 97 Magna to be the safest Australian-built car. And new Magna is built to the same standards. So why choose anything else?
2-11 Crows to 12 goals 5. Remarkable scoreline. We have just 2.5 minutes remaining to half-time, and the Crows, the reigning premiers, have kicked 2 goals. McLeod out of the centre square. Martin and Golding. Gee, that was great by Bickley, but Stevens gets to Bell. The whistle's gone. It's coming to the Crows, and a free kick to Golding. Bond, time to set up. Pops it high. Archer with a bit of a push. Free kick to the Crows, virtually right in front. Rashudo for his second in a minute.
He'll give you a target, Mark Rashudo. He will always give you a target. He's not a particularly tall full forward, playing in front. Just the hands there from Glenn Archer before he went for the ball at the back of the head.
He normally does that very, very well, Archer. He's got a great knack of sort of chesting the player under the ball a bit. He just used his arms a bit there.
Yeah, Rashudo's a bit stronger than most, though, Curls.
That's true.
So Rashudo now for the Crows' third. He's got that too.
Well, you never know, do you, Doug? Well, with a small challenge here.
It says 12 to 3, but it's actually 12 to 4. So
General Custer is gathering his troops.
So it's only 8 goals.
Yeah, it's been a good move by Malcolm Bright to put Mark Rashudo down in the forward line. Glenn Archer is a terrific footballer, as we all know, and very hard and tight. As you did say too, Corns, that playing in front, you get rewarded, and Mark Rashudo is a very strong player in that area.
Curls, didn't Blighty say that the miracles had been averted? Back near the centre, Jarman did well. Smart. Getting plenty of it, Nigel Smart. He's up to 14 possessions. Carey. He had it a while before the hand pass came out. Eventually Grant to King, and King goes. How long do you have to hold the ball before you ping for it?
Well, the rules say you should be given some time to disposal. I think that's sensible. David King, just watch his running here.
Didn't have much chance, Gary, did he?
Well, the ball's held to him. I think he's making every effort, but just watch the balance of King. He's run forward off the wing. Didn't have much time to look at the goals. Threaded it through nicely.
Just the beauty of it too. Now the Kangaroos had 9 goal kickers out of their 13, and with their centre forward and their captain Wayne Carey only kicking the 1 goal, so it's been a great even team play here by the Kangaroos.
Minute 23 remaining to half-time for Blighty's last half-time address at the Adelaide Crows Football Club. Interesting to be a fly on the wall. McKernan. Well done by James. He just continues to get his hands to the football and bring his teammates into the play. Bond to James. And here's another hand pass. Bickley palms it out beautifully. Jarman from 50. Oh, this is great. Kick the goal, DJ. Unfortunately, he did not.
Well, he's 33 years of age. He is magnificent to watch. He mesmerises them here. They're not sure what he's going to do. It's all done on instinct.
That's why he goes around again next year.
Has to go around. There's some doubt about that. There's all sorts of conflict about his contract.
McKernahan getting ready to come back on.
Is that Stephen McKernahan?
Thank you very much.
Hey, Curls, it's going to catch you sooner or later, mate. You listen to me.
I'm back in the past again. He's his twin brother.
What a great player, Stephen Kernahan. 10 goals in a state game here at Cornsey back. I think it might have been 84. We got beaten the South Australian side. Pretty brilliant.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, yeah.
And the best football personality you'd ever meet, too.
Yeah.
McKernan getting ready to come back on, fellas.
I can go with that, Curls. I like that. King towards centre-half forward. And well done by Goodwin.
Yes, Simon Goodwin has steadied nicely.
A 53-point lead at the moment to the Kangaroos. They led by 47 at quarter time. In this quarter, it's been 4 goals to 3. Simpson from all fours. Dished out by Welsh. Here they come again. Oh, that was clever, because Grant was running in the opposite direction, and he turned around just in time.
And he's going to have to kick this from 51 or 52. The turnover coming when Matty Connell was called to play on, and he's kicked to the centre, not accurate enough or penetrating enough. Turnover has found Shannon Grant, who's got that beautiful left foot disposal.
Drop punt, you reckon, Cornsey or Talk?
Drop punt into the breeze. He's going to have to punch it
Punch it
away.
Yep.
He's kicked 2, 1 in each quarter so far. Long run up.
Oh, he's gone for the Talk. Oh, it's a shocker.
Oh.
Well, it might give Dennis Pagan something to yell about at half-time, because the first half of football by the Kangaroos was absolute bliss to watch, unless you're an ardent Crows fan, because it's a 53-point lead to the Kangaroos. They are 13-5 to 3 goals 12 at the long break.
In a true television spectacle, you will be inspired by the girl who became a legend, Joan of Arc.
Dad?
Here's a dad who knows just what he doesn't want for Father's Day.
Dad?
Yes,
Have we had the tape measure?
and here's a specialist who knows exactly what kind of toys your dad really wants.
And here's the Toys for the Boys catalogue, with a chance to win Dad one of 2 fabulous Fords.
From the store that's been giving dads what they really want for decades.
Hi, Dad. I made this for you.
And here's you feeling pretty good.
Hog's Breath Cafe has a new menu with many of your old favourites and some great new dishes. Whether you crave a great burger, a huge dinner salad, or the best steak in town, Hog's Breath Cafe has the goods. Hog's Breath Cafe, food with attitude.
One of the most critical partnerships on Earth is that of pilot and navigator. One provides the analysis, the other makes the decisions. Norwich Union encourage you to think of your financial advisor as the navigator. Someone armed with the latest financial reporting and planning systems available.
Let's go.
All of which puts you in the pilot's seat.
BASF E300 by MTech.
You'll always find the right part for your car at AutoPro.
Pizza. But it's got to be good. Loads of sizzling toppings. No skimping on the cheese. It's got to be Pizza Hut. Oh, because they taste the best.
Hello? Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom!
Making it easy for you.
Australia's Nicole Kidman stars with Matt Dillon in our movie premiere To Die For.
This is 7 Nightly News with John Riddell.
Tonight, a charity truck convoy runs into trouble. A tragic end to an Adelaide woman's Malaysian holiday and the swan song for a football legend. Good evening. First tonight, 4 people, including a 4-year-old boy, were rushed to hospital after a serious chain collision marred today's Convoy for Kids charity run. 6 trucks were damaged when they hit end-to-end on Port Road at Cheltenham. Now, the event's organisers are facing serious questions over safety.
The 6 trucks had set out only minutes earlier when the pile-up occurred about 11 this morning. 2 women and 2 boys aged 4 and 15 were injured. According to witnesses, they weren't wearing seatbelts.
With kids and that, were pretty shaken up as they got out the trucks. They were screaming and that, you know. So it was pretty shocked for the kids and that.
Panic set in as parents rushed to find their children. The 4 injured were taken by ambulance to hospital for treatment, but later allowed to leave. Damage to the trucks, 4 of which belong to one company, is estimated at around $100,000. It's raised serious questions about the event's safety. Many children sat on adults' laps without seatbelts. Some even stood on the back of trailers.
I'd expect that major crash investigators would talk to some of the organisers today, if not in the next couple of days, to ascertain exactly what they did as far as arrangements for the drivers and what can be done better next year.
The rest of the convoy continued its journey to Elizabeth despite the accident. Over 850 semi-trailers, trucks and fire engines taking part, raising money for kids with cancer and disabilities. Shocked organisers say they'll consider reviewing safety procedures in time for next year's run. Jennifer Ashcroft, 7 Nightly News.
A freak accident has claimed the life of a 22-year-old Tea Tree Gully woman while on holiday in Malaysia. Newlywed Emma Jane Pattyjohns died after falling from the balcony of a high-rise apartment block in Kuala Lumpur.
Emma Pattyjohns and husband David were married in Adelaide last April. Last week, the couple were staying in a 10th floor apartment in Kuala Lumpur. According to her family, Mrs. Pattyjohns accidentally fell from the building on Friday morning and was dead on arrival at a city hospital.
Both families have gathered at this house at Tea Tree Gully to discuss funeral arrangements, and they've issued a media statement outlining how the tragic accident happened.
According to the statement, Mrs. Pattyjohns was taking a prescription medication for a middle ear infection. She was also known to suffer from vertigo. According to a Malaysian newspaper report, Mr. Pattyjohns had gone out to buy his wife medication when the accident happened. Chris Warren, 7 Nightly News.
A 19-year-old man's been charged with the murder of a Largs Bay pensioner who disappeared almost 2 years ago. The suspect can't be named because he was a juvenile at the time of the alleged killing.
The skeletal remains of 74-year-old Stanley Thomas Scarman were discovered among piles of building rubble at Dry Creek at the height of the Snowtown bank murders. But any connection with the serial killings was ruled out, and police released security video from a Port Adelaide bank where Mr. Scarman was last seen alive. He withdrew $370 and left the bank in company with another man. For Mr. Scarman's brother Ian, the overnight arrest of the 19-year-old has come as a relief.
Hoping that justice will be done for whoever has committed this crime.
Stan Scarman was a well-known yachting administrator and enjoyed a lifelong association with the Largs Bay Sailing Club and his local baseball team.
There were lots of people that knew and admired Stan.
The cause of death has not been revealed. Mr. Scarman's alleged murderer will appear in Port Adelaide Youth Court tomorrow morning. Jackie Drewer, 7 Nightly News.
The reign of the man they call the Messiah is over. Football legend Malcolm Blight left the Adelaide Crows coach's box for the last time this afternoon to a tumultuous standing ovation from a packed football park. In typical Blight style, he remained low-key for his finale, treating the game against his old club, North Melbourne, like any other.
Welcome to Football Park for today's game between the Adelaide Football Club and the Kangaroos.
Voting this out there bound to become a collector's item by the end of the match.
The end of an era at West Lakes, with players and fans alike not knowing quite what to expect next.
You're sorry to see him go?
Yep.
Why is that?
Because we won 2 grand finals.
A bit disappointed? Yeah. Sorry to see him go? Yeah, very much.
Very sad.
What about,
we got seated in the aisle, so we're going to see him running up. I'm very excited about that.
He's obviously done a lot for the club, and obviously if Gary Ayres gets the job, everyone will be looking forward to it as well.
Then the coach drove into Football Park for one last time. To be swamped by photograph requests and autograph hunters, 2 premierships enough to make him forever a legend of the Adelaide Football Club.
How you feeling, Malcolm?
Yeah, good, mate.
Yeah? Been overwhelmed by all that?
Oh, it's good.
Do you think it's Malcolm Blight's final coaching day?
Oh, at this stage of my life, it certainly is.
One final day at the office and his work was done, but he didn't forget the fans.
That is magnificent, Blighty. That's what they wanted to see. He's done exactly as he's done throughout his football career, done the unexpected, the unpredictable. And it hasn't been a great year for Crow supporters, but this has been worth the season.
Dion Heyman, 7 Nightly News.
Coming up, an uneasy peace agreement ahead of tomorrow's poll on East Timor and an extraordinary bid to save a crippled elephant.
All she wanted was to be a star.
You're not anybody in America unless you're on TV.
It was an opportunity she'd kill for.
I will do anything to get this job, anything.
And that's exactly what she did.
So when will it happen? As you probably noticed, it's been another beautiful evening. Good evening. With just a slight chill in the air. Did you get those kids to kill your husband? Who do you think is ready to leave?
Matt Dillon and Nicole Kidman will have your eyes wide open.
Today was a hot one.
To die for. Premieres tonight.
Die spinnen die Australier.
Ich weiß. Rotbeet auf einem Hamburger.
With onions and that Australian slice of beetroot, the Macaws
G'day, mate.
brings out the Aussie in anyone.
With a budget rental vehicle, if you lock your keys inside or you need any help, just call us. And our 24-hour roadside assistance will come to you. Budget drives your dollar further.
I'm deliriously excited about the specials this week at Cunningham's. TAC 3-hour videotapes, $2.49. Sony TAC or Maxell 4-hour videotapes, $3.99. 90-minute audio tapes, $1.50. Just $17.99. Look at the colours. A cordless kettle, just $17.99. All those colours, just $17.99. Ladies or gents reading glasses, various magnifications, just $3.49. Just $2 a pack. AA Panasonic alkaline batteries, $2 a pack.
You were great.
Wish you were a real dog. You dog.
How'd you get this number?
Telling me dreaming.
It's showtime. 24 hours a day on Foxtel.
See every recliner suite you ever wanted at the lowest price, or it's free at Discount Lounge Centre. The recliner suite experts. Hundreds of fabrics, unbelievable selection, absolute luxury at South Australia's largest lounge specialist. Discount Lounge Centre, Ranella, Parafield and Keswick.
Some of the world's best runners come from Southern Africa. Know what helps give them their energy? Corn, full of carbohydrate, low in fat. What do you think?
As East Timorese prepare for tomorrow's vote on the territory's future, rival factions have made a new peace deal. Both pro-independence and pro-Indonesian factions have agreed to keep their weapons off the streets and hopefully contain the violence.
Word of the peace deal announced just an hour earlier had not filtered down to the streets. This militia member was savagely beaten when he was caught by pro-independence people. Opposing groups fought a pitched battle in this same part of Dili on Thursday. These people believe this man had come into their district to kill someone. Still alive, he was bundled into a taxi and taken away. A Falantil leader showed up later and told them to put away their weapons. The hatred on the streets is in contrast to this stage-managed show of friendship between pro-autonomy and independence leaders. A new step in history, a new step for all of us, says militia leader Eurico Guterres. Under the deal, both sides have agreed to lay down but not give up their weapons. Police have promised to disarm and arrest anyone found carrying them on the streets. In the past, they've stood by while armed gangs run amok, and it still remains to be seen if they have a will to do it. Thousands of East Timorese went to church today to pray for peace in a land that has seen little of it in years. Some of the people who fled recent violence are coming back to their homes to take part in tomorrow's historic vote on self-determination. Former Deputy Prime Minister Tim Fischer says the vote must go ahead.
This is a very historic and very narrow window of opportunity.
There is still real fear among these people that they are not safe, and they'll be reluctant to lay down their weapons, afraid that the police will not protect them. But these type of agreements have been made before, and fighting has continued. The suspicion runs deep on both sides. In Dili, East Timor, Jeff Parry, 7 Nightly News.
Police have moved in to disperse a crowd of 300 partygoers in Perth after a planned celebration turned ugly. Officers were called to an oval around 10 o'clock last night where revellers had gathered after word spread about a planned party. After several attempts to disperse the crowd, police declared the gathering unlawful and formed a riot line to break it up. 2 adults and 6 youths have been charged over the melee. The Council for Aboriginal Reconciliation officially has accepted Prime Minister John Howard's statement of regret, saying it's time to move the process forward, and that might mean looking at compensation.
After 2 years of wrangling, the government thinks last week's agreement has finally got the ball rolling.
I believe that's been a tremendous boost, the notion of reconciliation. I think as a sea change has occurred, and we've all got to get behind it now.
The Council for Aboriginal Reconciliation agrees, saying it now has the Prime Minister's ear.
It's opened the lines of communication, which we haven't seen that before, and we can go and speak to him frankly.
And already it's preparing to use those lines.
We're just seizing the day, seizing the momentum that the Parliament got rolling last Thursday to say, OK, here's 5 or 6 things that really need addressing.
At the top of that list, a solution to the issue of financial compensation for the stolen generation. And the Council also wants an amendment to our Constitution formally outlawing racial discrimination. But the opposition says too many groups have been left out of the debate for this new influence to matter.
Instead of having people who might be disgruntled and giving them a place at the table and talking things through them, some of them have been excluded.
In Canberra, Jeff Bruce, 7 Nightly News.
An incredible surgical procedure has been carried out in Thailand. 5 doctors, 12 nurses and 20 soldiers have helped amputate the foot of an elephant. Motola stood on a landmine while working in a Burmese forest, receiving horrific injuries that nearly cost her life. But thanks to donations from the Thai public, the medical team was able to perform the operation using enough anaesthetic to floor 70 humans. It's hoped Motola can be fitted with a prosthetic foot, enabling her to walk again. Unbelievable. Now, time for sport, and Port Adelaide, who do they play next week?
Well, we know what's happening at half-time at Football Park. If North stay in front, well, Port will play the North Kangaroos next week.
Ooh,
to wait and see.
Tough assignment.
Also tell you who else plays next week, plus Pan Pac Swimming, the Wallabies' big win over New Zealand, and the F1s are racing in Spa, but no one's relaxing.
Once again, Ali is facing another life crisis. But who cares? Because look what else is going down.
Camera's rolling.
7's Ali McDeal, Monday.
You must remember this. This Father's Day, remember all the special times with something very special from Shepherd's, like this 9-carat gold bracelet, now only $375. He'll love this elegant Longines watch at just $650, and this 3-diamond ring is a Father's Day special at only $450.
The fundamental things apply.
Shepherd's Jewelers.
As time goes
for that unforgettable Father's Day.
Want to help look after our waterways? Look for the frog. Free call this number or visit our website.
Connecting now. The Offspring, Americana. Songs from Alan McBeal featuring Fonda Shepherd. Fatboy Slim, you've come a long way, baby. Price Busters, top selling albums at $22.95.
Is your soil screaming for help? Toss it a lifeline. Use Fertico organic and mineral-based fertilizers. The combination of water-soluble and organic nutrients will maintain your productivity and future.
It's a great show, a great family show.
Come on, South Australia, let's get up and go. The 1999 Royal Adelaide Show is coming soon to the Royal Adelaide Showground Waybill. Don't miss it.
It's South Australia's great big family show.
Welcome back, and we're halfway through our delayed telecast of Malcolm Blight's last match in charge of the Crows. So if you don't want to know the final score, please look away now. And Gary Ayres, the man who's agreed to replace Malcolm Blight, is talking to the Geelong board at the moment to explain why he wants to leave the Cats. This is what he had to say before he went in.
The future of Gary Ayres at Geelong Football Club.
Well, what I'll do, Peter, and it's great to see you getting that first question, as you always do, mate, I'll weigh up my options.
What are your options?
That's for me to know, Fiona.
In your own mind, you haven't made a decision. I know you said you're weighing up your options, but...
I'll just stick to that line, it's easy to do.
He'll leave Geelong on a winning note, the Cats responding to a quarter-time spray and cruising to a 51-point win.
That hand pass is Kilpatrick, getting it out wide to Raleigh. Raleigh can run inside 50 and bomb it goal. It's a helicopter-type kick for them to goal.
Hawthorn said goodbye to Waverley and left their frustrated fans wondering what's the good of winning your last 5 games again if you don't make the finals. They certainly looked like a top 8 team. They were hard at the body and the ball and controlled the midfield.
Might even be a few nerves out there today for players at both sides. Holland goes at goal, and he shredded it for the Hawks.
And last night, the Wackers, St Kilda thumped the Eagles. West Coast captain Guy McKenna thought the Saints must have had more players on the field and incredibly called for a count during the third quarter. But no luck, St Kilda only had 18 out there. Paul Charles, 7 Narthi News.
Looking at the ladder, and this doesn't include the Crows Kangaroos result, Essendon will finish on top. The Roos look like they'll leap into second. That'll leave Brisbane and the Bullies to round out the 4. Sydney's loss means Port stays in 7th spot. Hawthorn won their last 5 games again, but miss out. They're followed by St Kilda and Geelong. It looks like the Crows will wind up in 13th spot. Collingwood has the wooden spoon. So now to next week's all-important first week of the finals. If the Kangaroos win, they'll tackle Port Adelaide at the MCG on Saturday afternoon. The Western Bulldogs and the West Coast open proceedings on Friday night, with Brisbane hosting Carlton on Saturday night. Essendon play Sydney on Sunday afternoon at the MCG. And while the Power took a 67-point beating from the Bulldogs yesterday, it'll be a stronger Port that takes the field for its historic qualifying final.
The first steps of a week-long journey to the Power's first AFL final, and despite yesterday's loss, the mood was buoyant.
It's not the preparation we would have liked, but, you know, we're not dwelling on that game. You know, we're in the finals and, you know, we're going to make the most of it and give our all and have a really positive week and get the upbeat tempo going and really get the buzz going around the place.
While Harwood and Corns will be missing with hamstring injuries, Treadray, Burgoyne and French could all have played yesterday and will suit up for the qualifying final. A new club it might be, but the Magpie tradition's already filtering through.
I don't know about the other guys, but I'm pretty keen, so, you know, the expectation I still carry. So, you know, you'd like to be involved in finals and winning finals, and, you know, hopefully we can do that.
And Grant Hackett has proved yet again that he's the best 1,500-metre swimmer in the world. But our men's 4x100-metre medley relay team was disqualified, meaning the United States finished on top of the Pan Pacs medal tally.
With Kieran Perkins failing to qualify for the 1500, all eyes were on Grant Hackett. Hit by flu earlier in the week, the distance king was determined to steal the show on the final day. And he did just that, never headed over 30 laps.
14:45.60. It's a magnificent swim. I just wanted to try and get up and win that event and to go, you know, 14:45. That world record doesn't look so far off now.
American Jenny Thompson dominated the 50-metre freestyle, then backed up to help the US women's medley relay team to gold. The overall championship came down to the men's medley relay. Jeff Hugel making up incredible ground in the butterfly to challenge the Americans, while Michael Klim came within a touch of snatching victory.
Gold America, silver Australia.
But disappointment for the Aussies, they were disqualified. Too quick on the change between Hugel and Klim.
You know, it's very unfortunate. It shouldn't happen.
Still, the meet ended on a high note for the Aussies. Ian Thorpe presented with a special bottle of water from the pool in which he claimed 4 world records. Lisa Dalton, 7 Nightly News.
Australia's athletes came close but didn't win a medal on day 8 of the World Championships in Seville.
Our men's long jumpers have leapt into history. Jai Tarima and Shane Hare finishing 4th and 5th.
It looks very good.
Both jumped personal best. Tarima on his last jump broke his own Australian record and landed just a centimetre from bronze.
And it's a big one.
Atlanta silver medalist Louise Curry loves the big occasions, 5th in the javelin.
It's a big throw, and she says, come on.
And we saw sport's greatest test of mind and spirit, the marathon. In the blistering heat of Seville, it was always going to be tough. After more than 2 hours and 13 minutes, it was local Abel Anton, almost carried into the stadium by 60,000 delirious Spaniards. In Seville, Spain, Nick McArdle, 7 Nightly News.
The Wallabies World Cup campaign is back on track after a night of records at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. Australia's biggest ever winning margin over the All Blacks in front of a world record 107,000 fans.
It was a tune that continued long and loud around the Wallaby change room, only interrupted for a swig out of the cherished silverware. Phil Kearns was sporting a smile from the outset, the haka barely over, and Australia led 6-0 courtesy of Matt Burke.
They're up again.
The advantage short-lived as an All Black snipe exposed Australia's blindside defence.
Merton's all the way.
Burke's boot regained the lead, but the telling blow came right on half-time, Mark Connors claiming the spoils. 22-7 ahead at the break, the heavens were on Australia's side in the second half. Debutant Rod Caper taking control in the greasy conditions. Replacement Jonah Lomu did some damage in the second half, as did Matt Cobain, who spent the night in hospital with an injured larynx. The Australian scrum also menacing, while Burke made it 8 from 8. The 1-all series result kept the Bledisloe Cup in Australia. The next trophy in the Wallaby sights, the World Cup. That squad announced tomorrow. Paul Gregg, 7 Nightly News.
In the English Premier League, battling Newcastle travels to Manchester United tonight without a manager following Ruud Gullit's resignation. Overnight, Liverpool stunned Arsenal. Aston Villa, West Ham and Chelsea continued their good starts to the season. Derby and Southampton got the points, while Leeds beat Tottenham 2-1. Steve Waugh and his team have equalled the Australian record for an undefeated run in one-day cricket. They've got 11 matches without a loss, their latest a 41-run win over India in Colombo.
Simons again doing the job at number 3 with 45, and the Aussie total of 8 for 252. In reply, the Indians never recovered from a horror start, crashing to 5 for 44. Jason Gillespie, the destroyer, cleaning up with 4 for 26 from 9. Australia cruising home by 41 runs. Super touring car action saw Jimmy Richards make a charge for the championship crown, edging out Paul Morris in today's opening 2 races in the final round of the series. Morris was just 5 points ahead going into the final showdown. Again, Richards taking the checkered flag, with the third second-place finish for Morris today, giving him his 3rd title in 5 years by just 2 points. Plenty of action in qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix with a double whammy for the BAR Supertech team. First up, Jacques Villeneuve repeating his efforts off Friday, again managing to walk away. Teammate Ricardo Zonta amazingly also escaping unscathed after this crash. No chance of driving this one away. It came to rest minus its 4 wheels. Mika Hakkinen and McLaren, his pole sitter. Bernard Cohen, 7 Nightly News.
And for that's our sport. But Mark Philippoussis is pulled out of the US Open, finalist last year, but injured his knee at Wimbledon, still hasn't come up. So bad news there.
That's bad luck.
He can play a bit.
He'll be all right. He'll be back.
What with a car with no wheels?
Looks like you. Coming up, a look at the weather for the week ahead. Shirley has the details next. And fighting fit with Rhythm to Burn, Adelaide's drill dance team.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I wish upon a star.
What about Willow, mate? He's going to be all right for you blokes, isn't he?
Willow.
You right, mate?
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit nervous, you know, but aren't we all? Mate, it's a training session. We're acclimatising. Well, I'm in the right place then. You're not on the team. Well, I'm on the tour. No, you're not. I've got Foxtel. He's on the tour.
The Australian Tour of Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe. Every ball live.
Are you hotter than that in Zimbabwe?
Only on Fox Sports. It's like being there.
Happy birthday, dear It's A&R's night birthday sale. Desks are discounted, software's discounted, you'll find discounts everywhere. Or $19.99 for this internet-ready computer package. It's a genuine birthday sale, so hurry into Port Adelaide and Melrose Park.
Sometimes some of the most beautiful things in life come right out of the blue, like Zamel's big new catalogue. It's almost Sapphire Month and the savings are sensational. Not just on sapphires, but right through the store. Don't miss it. Zamel's Jewelers.
Now at McDonald's, you can get a bacon and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, a coffee, and your daily newspaper, all for only $3.45. The Good News Breakfast, only from McDonald's.
Next, Blighty's last game. And what does he have in store for King Kerry? The second half of the Crows Kangaroos game, next on 7.
Good evening. We had another beautiful day weather-wise. Our top reached a pleasant 20.5 just after 1 this afternoon, and our low was 6.2 at 6:45 this morning. Currently it's 17 degrees in the city. On our satellite picture tonight, most of the continent is cloud-free, but there was some early fog in the east of our state today, and you can see a frontal cloud band in the southwest of the Bight. Well, as we take to the skies, that cloud band will weaken and slip away to the south of our state late on Tuesday. However, we will see slightly overcast conditions late on Tuesday and early on Wednesday. On tonight's charts, there is a strong high-pressure system over the Tasman, which will maintain a ridge over our state until late Tuesday. As a result, we'll get light to moderate northerly winds tomorrow and slightly warmer conditions. Then late on Tuesday, that cold front there will arrive, causing milder conditions on Wednesday, with a slight risk of a few isolated showers in the south. Around the country tomorrow, there are a few showers forecast over in Perth, rain expected up in Brisbane, but it's going to be fine and sunny elsewhere. Well, back in our state, we had another perfect day with temperatures slightly above average for this time of year. They range from a warm 28 degrees at Nullarbor down to just 15 at Cape Border. Our forecast is for another fine and warm day with lots of sunshine and blue skies tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to reach once again up to 28 degrees in the west tomorrow, with fine and mild conditions across the rest of the state. On local waters, good for yachties in the morning, but I'd leave the fishing until the afternoon. We'll get northeast to northwest winds of 12 to 17 knots, easing to 7 to 12 knots later in the day, with seas around ½ a metre. In the city, fine and sunny, our top will reach 23 degrees after an overnight low of 9. And looking ahead, Tuesday fine with a top of 24 degrees and slightly cooler conditions for Wednesday for that first day of spring, with another warm day expected on Thursday. On our extended outlook, Friday also fine and warm, and then another cooler change expected to bring just a few showers by next weekend. Well, that's it from me. Enjoy your week, and I look forward to seeing you again next weekend. Now it's back to you, John. Good night.
Thanks, Shirley. Terrific. And just before we go, the chance for some young South Australian girls to strut their stuff today at this year's auditions for places in the Australian drill dance team. The Adelaide-based team's considered the top squad in the world. A berth in the squad will mean a trip to South Africa's Sun City next July for the internationals. Plans are underway for Adelaide to host the 2001 World Titles, attracting thousands of dancers from dozens of countries. And they look a little bit fitter than I am. I will work on my fitness and I'll see you next weekend. Good night.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Want a great TV? Go to Europe and pick one up. Or go to Truscott Hi-Fi and pick up an RCA Thompson 66cm stereo TV, exclusively imported and just $1,098. Truscott's, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
Betty Crocker is giving 50 lucky Women's Day readers the chance to share in $15,000 worth of prizes. To enter, just buy this week's issue of Women's Day. Betty Crocker, your best friend in the kitchen.
Betty Crocker and me.
Here's a dad who knows just what he doesn't want for Father's Day.
Dad?
Yes,
Have we had the tape measure?
and here's a specialist who knows exactly what kind of toys your dad really wants. And here's the Toys for the Boys catalogue, with the chance to win Dad one of 2 fabulous Fords from the store that's been giving dads what they really want for decades.
Hi, Dad. I made this for you.
And here's you feeling pretty good.
Got my night vision back.
You think about trying to return to a fighter squadron?
I put my request into Admiral Chegwin today.
You can't do that.
I think I understand now why you can't marry my dad. You're in love with harm.
Sharks on Jag, Wednesday.
Well, as we see, there's only 3 Crows players going to the interchange bench. Herbert has got a bad ankle injury, so I don't think he'll take any further part in the game. From the Crows' point of view, of course, they wouldn't want a repeat of that first quarter when the Kangaroos absolutely blitzed them. But it's amazing. You look at the goal, you look at the scoreboard, you've got 15 shots to 18. You know, that's not a big margin yet. You know, the points on the board, of course, there's a big gap in them.
So we've got McGregor going into the ruck now with Herbert off the ground and in the rooms, and McGregor does very well. So Herbert must be the 52nd Adelaide-based ruckman to be injured this season. They've had a shocking run. Both Crows and Port work to the back by McKernan. Off the left, Harvey. Clever kick to the top of the goal square. Welsh should have taken the mark. Harvey follows up and can't quite manage it because getting back there was Rod Jamieson. Spent the first half on the bench, but he's up in the ball.
He had to be across the line. The umpire's given all through.
Crows playing a lot of agony.
He's gone. That doesn't look good for Nathan Bassett.
Has he dislocated his knee? More than that, I think.
Yeah, from where I'm sitting, the boy doesn't look very comfortable at all.
We'll just watch it here. He's... oh, there it is, height extended. The North Melbourne player, the Kangaroos player, fell across his knee. The foot is planted, creates all that stress on the knee.
Scott Welsh is a player from the Kangaroos.
And there you get a graphic example of it there. Just a tragic football accident, actually.
Yeah. Knees aren't supposed to go like that. Now here is the
mobile ambulance. Yes.
The golf buggy.
Well, the ironic cheers from the Crows supporters are that this thing has been ready to go for the last 2 seasons, but there's been some procrastination about whether it can be used by the AFL.
Graham, there's just so much common sense in using equipment like this. You know, it's speedier, it's more comfortable.
They have all the equipment there. They can stabilise the player much better. And of course, in this situation where the player is almost at the furthest extremity of the ground, I mean, it's not much consolation to Nathan Bassett, who is severely injured, but it is a new professionalism in sport. In AFL football, anyway.
Graham, what's the history of Nathan Bassett? He missed a few. Is it from knee injuries, or is he? Any history of that?
Well, he was a player from Norwood. He went to Melbourne. He was on Melbourne's supplementary list. He was elevated from their supplementary list, and then broke a sternum, cracked a sternum bone, and had a fairly severe injury in that regard. Other than that, since he's been here at Adelaide, his form has been excellent as a defender. He plays discipline. There's the action of the body.
Well, we'd only be guessing, but you'd have to wonder whether that maybe is a season-long injury for Nathan Bassett, which would be shocking bad luck for him.
You can see the oxygen just behind the driver there, the oxygen masks. There's all sorts of equipment on there which you would not normally have.
Right, fellas, here we are. It's a fractured tibia. You know, the shin bone, the front shin bone.
Broken leg curls.
Well, you can call it a broken leg or a fractured bone.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's better news than a mangled knee, so it mightn't be 12 months at all. Bickley into Goodwin. And the game gets underway again. McLeod, and the crowd rises every time it comes near Andy McLeod. Norm Smith medalist. Bickley fantastic with the hands. Jarman cruising to the 50, in short. Punch to the front. Vardy snaps away the tackler. Vardy for goal. And misses another one.
Well, the football gods work in funny ways. I mean, if you're a Crow supporter, you remember the second half of the St Kilda Grand Final in 1997. The Crows kicked 14 goals, won. 14 goals, won, and today, 3 goals, 13.
When you've been around football a fair while, you know the gods have got to be with you.
And it was pretty good luck that they were with the Crows on Grand Final day.
Exactly right.
Not a bad day to get the good run.
Just watching Rod Jamison playing his last game for the Crows. He's playing on a half-back flank on Shannon Grant. I'm not quite sure if Jammer would love that at this stage. Grant's in terrific form in this game so far and very quick over the ground.
I think he'd much rather be in the forward pocket.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they're at least 2 short. He won't come back. McLeod for goal, and even he can't kick one. Plenty of time. You're not entitled to get that much time in an AFL match.
Well, the Crows' entries into their 50 since quarter time have been very, very good in terms of the amount of ball they've had. They just have not been able to convert, and we might be able to get those statistics at a later date. I'm sure they've been into their 50 a lot more times than the Kangaroos have. Look at that kick.
And you look, Graham, at the scoring shots, there's 17 to 19. Not a great deal of difference.
Yes, and convert 2 extra scoring shots for the Kangaroos into a 52-point lead. Bickley. What now to play for the Crows? It's Jamison's last game. His hand pass back to Jamison, went behind him, and Rod Jamison, who'd run so far up to get into the contest.
Okay, so here inside 50 we've seen since quarter time, 23 to 11.
Second quarter there, Graham, 21 to 10 in favour of the Adelaide side.
Capuano. Crowd wanted to hold in the ball. Stevens off the ground. Gains a few metres.
I just think, too, to be fair to say, Curls, that bad kicking's bad football, the old saying.
Oh, yeah, look, don't forget also the pressure that the Kangaroos defence are putting on. You know, they really are applying very strong pressure.
Only 2 men on the Crows bench, with Bassett and Herbert further inside the inner sanctum, and we won't see them back. Bell's hand pass, bit slick for Pike. Support there. Oh, a good tackle on Stevens, and then Stevens lays one on McLeod.
Who laid one on who, though?
Yeah. Broad grins from both of them. That's terrific.
Oh, that's great camera work. Watch this. Just watch this. Who's on who?
There's no doubt since McLeod has gone to the middle of the ground, the Crows have lifted.
Bell, Blakey, kick smothered. James, number 11, applying the tackle. How about his stats? He had the whole first quarter on the bench, and since he's been out there, he's had no kicks, 10 hand passes.
It's part of his game that Malcolm Blight tried to change, actually, to reduce his handballs and increase his kicks, but there's another one from him.
11. Jarman going for Sunday stroll. But the man in pursuit wasn't strolling. Put him off his kick to such an extent, actually gave away the free kick with a push in the back.
Just the reason there, Drew, why Jarman held the ball up there. You've got Matthew Capuano playing that kick behind the play. He's played a very good game so far, Capuano. He's had 16 possessions and been a very good player.
Jarman in short to James. Umpire says what?
He's about to get his first kick too.
We've got 30 players up in that area, boys.
Yep. Now Jarman to the pocket. Hart's there. McCartney with him. The ball out of play. Well, even if Hart had taken that mark, it would have been pretty tough to score a goal from out there.
Actually, Ben Hart is on McKernan in the back pocket. He's run all that way down.
There's James actually. No, yes, James getting a kick which was smothered. Maybe better go back to hand passing. Carey back to Simpson. Simpson to Bell. Scholl at half forward. In between wing and half forward.
Just watching Jamison about 20 minutes. Just catch up to Grant right now, he is.
Kick by Craig Scholl. Kangaroos have the breeze in this third quarter. McKernan can't take the mark. Carey carried forward in the tackle. Play on. Smart. Jamison. Well done, Bickley. Reckon he was a great selection as captain of the side. Another hand by James, and he put his teammate under pressure. So he gets a second one, and he's given it up to Byron Pickett. Go, son. Get your first goal of the year. He slips. Carey.
Great play, Ben Hart.
And rushes it behind.
Yeah, great football all around. And Brett James overdoing the handball, no doubt about that. But Byron Pickett able to intercept. Saw Carey, Ben Hart dashing back. Great defensive work.
Ormond Allen. Very high kick. Tyson had to wait a week for it. Now to Jamison. They're going forward. Here's a go. Jarman again. Still strolling on a Sunday afternoon. Having a bit of a whistle. Listening to the races on the radio. Up to centre half, up to full forward. Punts away from Rashudo by Martin. Martin now covers another one. Another hand pass by James. He's up to 14 without a kick. Off the ground goes Martin.
Mighty Mick.
You really have to admire the Kangaroos' defence. They are one-on-one. They are desperate. They will not give the Crows forward line any room or any space whatsoever. Was that deliberately out of bounds?
Vardy's kick is smothered. You ever seen a bloke have 14 hand passes without a kick, Gorgie?
I don't think so.
It's amazing.
It would have to be a record. Well, there was a smothered kick, but you'd be forgiven for missing that.
Not even Greg Williams would have that. No. He was a great handballer.
Malcolm Blight wouldn't be happy with the stat.
53 points is the margin. It is the same as it was at half-time. They haven't managed a goal between them in nearly 13 minutes of football in this third quarter. And just a couple of behinds each.
There's certainly nothing wrong with the intensity of the Crows.
Ormond Allen, Vardy towards the line and over.
He's had a couple of hard weeks, Vardy. He had Wangaleen last week who fixed him up, and he's got Byron Pickett.
Just
took his eye today.
Took his eye off the ball at the critical stage then, Curls.
Compare Byron Pickett. He's had 12 kicks, no hand passes. James has had 14 hand passes, no kicks. And it was Pike getting the ball out of there, but the ball's got to come all the way back to a free kick to David King in the defensive 50. Well, after the first quarter, which produced 8 goals to nothing for the Kangaroos, there's sort of nothing really happening at the moment. No goals in this quarter, and we've been playing nearly quarter of an hour. Archer wide for McCartney. Just inside the line. Oh, shocking kick, but Golding put him under enough pressure. Grant, backwards to Scholl. Centering ball is good. Centre half forward, Stevens. Pressure by McLeod. Carey's there. But Ormond Allen for the Crows. Good hands. Yeah, Tyson. Solid tackle by King. And they've turned it over. King really wanted that football, maybe too much. Almost holding it. Comes to Harvey. Into Simpson, just forward of the centre circle. Simpson to Carey. He'll straighten you up. Wayne Carey frees at his back. He's 60 metres out.
He could kick this.
I reckon. Wayne Carey on a bit of a turn. He tried to kick air out of the ball. McKernan almost. Oh. Smart was good. Jamison. On the bounce to Tyson. Stevens running off Carey. Up towards half forward. Here comes Pickett. Oh, brilliant. Go on, Byron. Kick a goal from half-back. He's up to centre wing. Great delivery. Beautiful football.
We just see Monday night, Drew. He'll be All-Australian Monday night, Byron Pickett. He's been outstanding on that half-back line.
He has to be, Doug. He just has to be, doesn't he?
How do you know that, Doug?
I'm just tipping that, Curls. I'm not a bad judge in that area.
And modest, too. Allison. Oh, that's well done. Out to Bell, was it? Yes. Not quite getting there. Crows working down the outer side. Tyson beating Scholl. Becky. To half forward, or not quite up to half forward. Vardy. Connell. Great hand. Andy McLeod put this one down for a goal. No!
I'll tell you what we are seeing, though, fellas. At last, we're seeing a bit of a football match. This is the Crows are challenging, certainly not the scoreboard, but they are challenging in the field of play.
I'll tell you what, though, the handball statistics for this quarter would be interesting. Crows have had so many handballs compared to North Melbourne.
Grant. And the Kangaroos working it to Stevens, just forward of the wing. Penetration with that kick. Comes to the back. Here comes Bell. Oh, it didn't quite sit for him. Great shot off the left. Oh, out of bounds on the full.
Well, we saw those handball stats on the screen, 27-11. Adelaide not being able to capitalise, though, on their forward thrusts.
52 the margin. It was 53 at half-time. And we've been playing nearly 17 minutes in the third quarter. Still no goals to either the Kangaroos or the Crows in this third quarter. Matt Connell. Harvey comes off the ground for the Kangaroos, and Motlop comes back on. Shannon Motlop in his fourth game. Ball out on centre wing.
I just reckon too, Graham, at the moment with the overuse of the handball, the Crows may be doing that. He got Mark Rashudo in the second quarter, kicked 2 goals. I know on Glenn Archie. Now he's got Mick Martin in the pace department. I'll get the ball very quickly to Mark Rashudo one-on-one.
The problem is the pressure of the Kangaroos is creating the handball.
McLeod's kick, dropped a bit short, and Pickett's got it just behind half-back. And look at them run to space. This is disciplined coaching and discipline by the players. Blakey in an absolute panic. In the centre square is Welsh. Welsh short to Carey, and he's probably within kicking distance, but he'll probably want to give it off. Oh, he goes long. A towering drop punt by Carey.
Oh, tôi đến Old Trafford bởi vì tôi phát giác ra một tiếng động rất là kỳ cục ở cái máy xe của tôi. Nó kêu tích, tích, tích. Tôi nói cho họ biết điều đó và họ bảo là cái bộ phận tappers đang có một chút trở ngại. Tôi cần cái xe của tôi sửa trong một ngày, nhưng họ chỉ sửa mất có vài tiếng đồng hồ thôi. They are that good. They understand.
Oh, that kick by Carey was just phenomenal. Glad I came to see it. Oh, just a couple of steps in the merest of about a 65-metre drop punt.
In the Mason Drew's had 6 kicks, 8 handballs and 4 marks and 2 goals. We say it's not a great day. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, I'll say. Kick by Bond. Pickett did well again. Parker, quick touch. Bickley, very good. James, boots the ball. Didn't go far. Knocked out by Archer. Archer again, second effort good. It's still there, though. Martin for the Kangaroos. Blind hand pass, but they're there in numbers. McCartney. Centre wing, good mark taken by Simpson. So we've now got James at 1 kick and 15 hand passes. Grant. Motlop. Oh, he's just on the ground. He had it spent before he got it. Benke. Benke, holding it. Oh, well, he gets away with it, and umpire Mitchell comes in and will throw it into the turf.
I like to look at Brian Benke, Graham. I think it was against Carlton. I think he might have played on Anthony Kuta Thieves and was very, very good. He's got a good future.
Very good hands, Doug.
Look at that roost. Oh.
Lands 10 metres behind you. You can see it hits the fence.
Oh, kick smothered by McKernan. He wasn't sure where the ball went. Welsh might have been taken high. Goodwin back into a pack. Smart, gone. Stevens got him. Smart free kick.
Danny Stevens has come on for Brett Allison.
They've done some tremendous smothering today off the boot, the Kangaroos.
Their defensive desperation, curls and intensity has been as good as I've seen all year, actually.
Yeah, well, they pride themselves on that, of course.
Over the top, 37 Golding.
And that, of course, that relates back to Dennis Pagan's style of coaching.
Well, one-on-one accountability is important, but they don't neglect the attacking player, the ability to run forward as well as running to defend.
Knocked out by Capuano. Bell is there. Oh, he got one round the jaw. And reeled back. Bond's hand pass on the bounce to Vardy. He's 50 out near the boundary line. Back to Bond. Back to Tyson.
Oh, good
Kangaroos,
step.
Kangaroos fierce at the man with the ball. All Kangaroos here. And then about 4-1. Archer the mark. And look at this. Johnny Blakey. Grant having a nice old wrestle before the ball arrives with Connell. Grant goes off the ground. It's already to half forward for the Kangaroos. And out before Carey can reach it.
Could have been a free kick to Shannon Grant there. I just thought his opponent, Matty Connell, had his back to the play, and I just thought it should have been a free kick.
Here it is there. You don't quite see it, do you?
Anyway.
A throw in. It's gone to a dry day sort of scoreboard in this third quarter after the Kangaroos' early onslaught. Smart's back there. He's lost control of it. Hurried kick by Grant. I think he had an air swing. In this quarter, the Kangaroos have kicked 1, 2 to 3 behinds.
Nigel Smart has tried to fend off Wayne Carey. That's not going to work. If you didn't know the score, if you weren't aware of what the score was, you would say this is a tremendous game of football.
It was just blown away in the first quarter. 8 goals to 0, the Kangaroos, to lead by 47 after the first half hour. That's out of bounds on the full. David King.
And Mooney's come on to have a run in the ruck. Capuano's gone to the bench. He's against Kenny McGregor.
Actually, McGregor, for a young non-ruckman, is not doing a bad job.
Been good, Curls.
Bond, little kick to Hart. It's incredible, isn't it, Curls, the way that one after the other, the ruckmen have just gone and fallen by the wayside.
Yes, something's gone wrong this year there.
With Matty Primus as well, so you don't want to be an Adelaide-based ruck. Goodwin. Oh, great left.
This has been the line that's held up very well for Kangaroos all day. That half-back line, or the whole back line, for that matter.
Mick Martin looking for the line, but not finding it. Rashudo back to Golding.
Great play, Pike.
Yeah, pressure by Pike. Good play for the second time in 30 seconds, and again by Pike. Vardy a good hand pass. Bickley!
I reckon that hit the back of the goal post. I reckon it's a goal.
I agree. What about Martin Pike? I mean, these days at Fitzroy, I mean, I played with Martin in 95, and he's just turned himself into real disciplined football. He does everything right at the moment. His attack on the Adelaide Crows was just terrific by him.
David King runs it out of defence. Kicks towards centre wing. McKernan brings it down to the front. Grant. Kicked by Grant to centre half forward. Carey. Oh, good punch by Stevens, who's done really well on his former skipper. It comes to Scholl. Spiral by Scholl for a goal.
How can
that be? Shivers, it's nearly Father's Day. Carden's a West End draft.
$24.99. Well, thank you very much.
Black bottle bat. Black bottle brandy, $18.99.
Oh, stuffed it up. Morris pressing casks.
$15.99.
Shivers Regal.
$49.99. Great for Father's Day.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Well, the Crows can't buy a goal, and the Kangaroos are just plucking them off trees. 15-7 to 3-16. McLeod, but Archer's there for the Kangaroos. Back to Pike. Martin Pike, who missed about 7 games in a row, really having a red-hot go. He wants to be in this 18 for finals time. And what he's done the last few minutes. Look at Pickett. Oh, fantastic football. Go Byron. Oh, beautiful to Motlop. Perfect football by Pickett. Motlop across into open space, and a Kangaroos goal will result. Grant's got it right in front.
Look, we get excited by footballers, I know, but when you see a player like Byron Pickett, and I'm sure it'll feature in the replay. Now, watch his touch here. One hand, sees the player. Where am I? I can get around you. And that's Andrew McLeod who's getting around, not just any player. Looks up, left foot kick, if you don't mind, straight to the player, and sets up Shannon Motlop to find the loose play here in Shannon Grant.
Shoot, wasn't that brilliant? I mean, he's a right footer. Did someone say All-Australian Monday night?
He has to be.
He's a moral.
Another ex-South Australian.
Good on you, Curl. Whack it in.
And Shannon Motlop's father, of course, played for Glenelg.
Grant for the goal and completes a great bit of play.
Party time.
That's a really good idea.
Full of surprises.
Wilson as a little boy.
With an awesome gift.
Yeah. Let's take a ride in the car.
Tim can't wait to get his hands on.
What about the long-lost car?
Home Improvement, tonight on 7. William Shatner.
Oh, my God.
I know, and I'm still just getting the hang. Can you ever forgive me?
in a Third Rock special.
Why is that a big head?
The Wrath of the Giant Hand tonight.
I remember being thrilled by some magic by the Cracker Brothers when they first came over from Western Australia. And, I mean, they were just spectacular, but hardly anything was better than that. Byron Pickett then was magnificent. James, surely he'll kick it this time. Inside the 50. It gets to the back. All Crows here. Down goes Bond. Free kick.
Well, Martin Pike is not happy, and you better not speak too loudly, Martin. They've been savage.
It is amazing. Some players do know how to emphasise that hanging type situation and gain the free kick.
I think if he doesn't throw his arms out, curls, it's play on.
Right.
He throws his head back and his arms out, it's a free kick.
So Bond. And at last a goal.
All she wanted was to be a star.
You're not anybody in America unless you're on TV.
It was an opportunity she'd kill for.
I will do anything to get this job, anything.
And that's exactly what she did.
So when will it happen? As you probably noticed, it's been another beautiful evening. Good evening. With just a slight chill in the air. Did you get those kids to kill your husband? Who do you think is ready for me?
Matt Dillon and Nicole Kidman will have your eyes wide open.
Today was a hot one.
To Die For premieres tonight.
So going left to right, the Crows were goalless in the first quarter, and up until then were goalless in this third quarter. So that's the first goal at the right-hand end of the game, and it's come just 3.5 minutes short of three-quarter time. Here they go into attack again. Smart. Baldies working on each other. Smart and Martin. And the third member of the solicitors I won't go into. Smart and Martin.
Okay, right. Here we are again. Mickey Martin just ties him up here. Hard, tough.
He just knows how to work with the rules, Mickey, doesn't he? He does it beautifully.
You're dead right, Cornsey. If you just walked into the lounge room and saw this going on, you'd say, there's a point to dip.
There was an article, Graham, 2 weeks ago in the Herald Sun that Jason Dunster wrote about your back line is your strength when you come finals time, particularly grand finals time. He reckons the Doggies haven't got one, which I don't agree with. The Kangaroos, they are just a perfect outfit, their back line.
And significantly, in the previous 2 years, the Crows' defence have been either the best or the second best statistically in the competition.
James, another hand pass, and it's gone astray. Motlop works it across to Stevens. Stevens, well, just blazed away, kicked it straight to Hart.
He's had a good year, Benny Hart. He's had a tremendous year, in fact, but a big job today on Corey McKernan back there.
Kick by Hart to Mark Bickley, and the captain's been very good as well. And that's now 25 possessions. Rashudo centering kick. Smart almost. Blakey in front of the pack. Archer pops it out wide, and the Kangaroos can work it out of defence. Here's a chance for Danny Stevens. To centre wing. Good kick, Stevens. Carey.
Yeah, clever. Just put the leg up. And he's allowed to do that.
Kick by Carey has gone about 65 metres. Oh, another mark. Corey McKernan.
Could be McCartney's.
McCartney's drifted.
McCartney's
come down. Sure.
It wasn't only the length of the kick, it was the direction of the kick. And it found a man perfectly.
And of course, Jason McCartney at the Crows for a couple of years. And has a lot of friends still here. And Benny Hart would be just giving him something on the mark there.
Only kicked one goal this year.
But he is a good kick, Drew.
Yeah, he's been a forward.
Yep, kicked 50 for his career. 50 metres out. That is a beautiful kick.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning. Do no 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 da da da. Do no do 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 da da.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
A minute and a half to three-quarter time. And 17-7 to 4-16. A remarkable scoreboard. McKernan in midfield. McLeod rips it away to Rashudo. Oh, a clever mark by Tyson. Tyson's kick off the left. Here comes Smart. He might get it back, Nigel. 49 metres out. Bond works the body on Blakey. And unfortunately for him, the ball got away.
So Nigel Smart now has gone the full forward mark with Shudo going back maybe on a half-back flank for the Adelaide Crows. So Blighty, in his last game, still certainly making some moves.
Well, you don't stop coaching, Dougie, do you?
No, you're just going to keep rolling.
Out of defence by Blakey, but still in the 50 for the Crows. It's interesting to see Smart playing on Martin, isn't it? It cries out for a marketing bloke to get hold of him and say, offer him a Gillette contract or something like that.
Need sunglasses.
Well, the concept of the advertising space that's available on those.
On the melons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do you get first touch? Goodwin.
Sam Goodwin, his class. He's been severely restricted this year with groin injuries. We haven't seen the best of him, but he is class personified, Simon Goodwin.
Benke. Couldn't quite. Martin, rather King. Stevens, Danny Stevens round the boundary line, but over. Well, what does the coach say at his final three-quarter time address in a situation like this?
Have fun.
Have a crack at it.
Have fun.
Fellas, that's a pretty strong win, you know. Do you think that's a big enough lead?
Curls.
Actually,
I love Curls.
We're just making a pilot of a comedy show next week, and you'll be in Melbourne, Curls. Here's Benke. Not quite. And one of the ballies has got it. Michael. Three-quarter time here at Football Park. And for about half of that quarter, nothing happened. There were no goals at all on the scoreboard. And they started to get going a little bit later. So the Kangaroos in that term kicked 4, and the Crows kicked just 1. But it's 17-7 to 4-16.
Yes, beautiful day here at Football Park. Lots of emotion. Liptak Jamison retiring. Malcolm Blight's last game. We are set for a very, very interesting last quarter.
And there goes Malcolm for his last time with his players.
The Blight years. The present. We'll cover his last day with exclusive pictures. The past. All the good times and bad. The future. And high expectations for the club he left with a premiership tradition. The Blight years. A special 7 nightly news. Monday at 6 o'clock. Then on Today Tonight, a desperate Adelaide mum whose little boy can't stop eating.
And this is the way it always is?
Yeah.
Just 10 years old at 80 kilos. She's barely coping.
I need a break.
A mother's plea. From 6 o'clock on 7.
Introducing a company that works as an active partner to more than 40 million people in 60 countries. Its name is AXA. And now AXA is here to put you first, to help you reach your financial goals with investments, insurance, and superannuation. The future together. AXA.
What can you say? An AXA. What's an AXA? I don't know. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Oven Fresh Works. As well as all the variety of our Works bar, you get to choose the pizza you want, delivered straight from our oven, hot to your table.
Pizza Hut!
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
Everyone can find their dad something special at Bunnings this Father's Day, with access to over 45,000 products. Like 6-volt torch, great value at $8.97. New Ryobi 12-volt cordless drill kit, a great gift idea at just $92. A 100-piece tool set, a load $19.89. Assorted garden tools, just $12.85 each. And if you're stuck for something to get, buy Dad a Bunnings gift voucher.
Bunnings!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Is there a range of diesel engines so reliable that they could go to hell and back just to prove it? Yes. Cytec. You'll find them in the new F-Series truck range from Isuzu. Reliability is everything. Isuzu Trucks.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding?
By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards and car rentals.
So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
Chris Mitchell gets us underway. The last half hour of home and away football for the season. And a huge lead, 69-point lead to the Kangaroos, who'll go into the finals on a high, and they'll be winning their 5th game in a row.
Now, it's interesting here with McKernan. I know the North, or the Kangaroos people, particularly the coaching staff, will be very watch his leap because he normally jumps far too early. Not so much here.
Actually, Stevens got hands to that one first. Driven long, Carey. Oh, he was worked to the
front position, and Stevens just could not get around him. He knew he was in the wrong spot. Carey too strong.
There's only one centre-half back in the comp that can do that, that can handle Carey when he's in that position. That is Jakovic.
Yeah, well, he had backward momentum. He created the space for himself by pushing back and then was able to fall into it.
This will be a 3-goal game at least for Carey. Great player. You know, from his lofty standards, half an ordinary day.
Exactly right.
16 possessions, 6 marks, 3 goals.
And you look at the contest, and Mark Stevens has done tremendously well on him, certainly as well as most centre-half backs have done. But just the class here and the strength and his, well, I guess his rat cunning also, Doug, by creating that space for himself.
No doubt, you've got to play in front, as you said there, Graham, and you get rewarded by doing that. And Carey, he's just a superstar player and been terrific.
Let's see if McKernan can time his jump here.
He's up against the youngster Ken McGregor, who's about 7th in line to play in the ruck for the Adelaide Crows. Well, McKernan beats him.
Better.
And pass back to McLeod. Lost ground in possession. James, another hand pass to Bickley. Out wide to Jarman. Jarman, Rashudo, works Martin under it. Oh, but Martin gets some support from the one-handed pickup from Byron Pickett. And that is just absolute class. And look at the kick to McKernan. Oh, well done, Byron. And McKernan off to the running player, Shane Clayton, who's on fresh legs. To the 50. Scholl is there, almost juggles a mark. Here comes Harvey, the nemesis of Cornsey. Brent Harvey off the left boot. Couldn't drag it back far enough, out of bounds.
Look, he's a great little player too. He's made the most of every ounce of ability that he has got, Brent Harvey. I mean, we haven't liked seeing some of his performances here in South Australia, but he is an absolute credit to himself. He hasn't had great accuracy today, though, but his quick legs and his presence at ground level is very important for North Melbourne.
He's kicked a poster and that out of bounder.
Free kick against Darren Jarman. I don't reckon I've seen Darren Jarman in a game miss a target 3 or 4 times in a game. He always finds his target. Having a bit of a shocker there, doesn't he?
And his target is usually the goal, so he's not bad at finding them. He's kicked 58-21 this year. That's a pretty good conversion rate. Clayton. Play on, says the umpire. It comes out to Pike. Bad bounce for McKernan. Knocked away by McGregor. Benke. Good tackle, Scholl. You like to see forwards tackling. And it's out on the 50.
Yeah, Brian Benke having to go to full back when Nathan Bassett was injured, the broken leg. And he's played a fair bit of football in defence for Port Adelaide, so he won't be uncomfortable in that position.
Out of the air by Simpson. Kick touched. Oh, Bell, if he'd taken clean possession, could have charged into goal. But he might get one anyway. Throw. Let's hit the post. A poster to Peter Bell.
The umpire, that was a strange signal by the umpire, wasn't it? He was slapping his arm.
Bell's one of those players, he just works outside the pack and he just creates so much running space for himself.
He's had a great year this year, Peter Bell.
Jarman to McLeod. Well, those two wizards have got him 2 premierships, so cannot be critical of either of those fellas. They have been heroes in South Australia, haven't they?
And will continue to be so, there's no doubt there. The demeanour of both of them, I think particularly Andrew Cloud, who's just worn his superstar mantle here so comfortably without any airs and graces. He's been an absolute credit to himself, the club and his family.
Grant. Bell worked his player under the ball and gave away the free kick to Ormond Allen. Have you reversed yet?
Careful.
No, I think hasn't the umpire's been instructed now to watch that overaction or overreacting?
Hope so.
We have seen it plenty of times, but yeah, when it's your ball and the umpire says your free kick, you don't want to be doing it anyway. Don't tempt fate. Archer with a good climb. And at ground level. Vardy, nowhere to go. Smart in a hurry on the boot. Great goal, Nigel Smart.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike.
Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Well, that's cruel for Glenn Archer. 3 magnificent efforts. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1 in the air, 2 at ground level, and still his opponent, Nigel Smart, kicked a goal.
In the break too, Anthony Stevens limped off Drew.
No, he's not limping. He's okay.
Yeah, certainly don't want to be limping or anything like it at this time of the year, going into a finals campaign. Bond, disappointing kick. Rashudo couldn't control it. McCartney clears for the Kangaroos. 16 minutes to go here at Footy Park. McCartney gets it back. Kicks the back of the ball, but a bit of a floater and a dipper and a wobbler. Goodwin. Away to Stevens. Mark Stevens has done an excellent job back. Now Blakey out to Pike. His hand pass is knocked down. Byron Pickett has been absolutely spectacular.
And finding players who are not actually 15 or 20 metres by them, so he's finding players who are closely marked by opponents.
Grant is up to 27 disposals. Scholl. Short of the 50. Front of the pack, Allison trying to work it forward. Golding, Allison still goes. Likes it on the left. Carey likes it anywhere, but it's out of bounds. And he knew he was going to cop it, and he's given a bit back. He's enjoyed that one.
Well, I don't think the Adelaide crowd don't have anything to... well, he's laughing at the crowd.
When he's the best, he can do that.
Well, he's a champion. I think the crowd would be well advised to just respect that a bit more.
There's a hurried kick for goal, which bounces just the wrong side and through for a minor score.
I've just been watching Ben Hart here today, Cornsey, and his game's been pretty good. 10 kicks, 6 handballs and 7 marks. I think a lot of people Victoria underrate his performance, but even their best and first issue.
By a mile, Doug. I think there's absolutely no doubt he'll win the best and fairest, and All-Australian selection too. The big noise from the grandstand is Matthew Liptak running onto the ground for his last, 20 minutes of AFL football.
And gone straight to centre, half forward.
He replaced McGregor, so he's about half the size of the man he replaced.
This will be interesting.
Hand pass back from Motlop. Connell. Mark Stevens. Bond. And the crowd had loved the Crows to finish with a flurry, even though the game's well and truly lost. Kick by Bond into centre half forward. It is top effort by Glenn Archer. All Kangaroos out here. Clayton. Dinky little kick over the top. Pike. Oh, behind his back. Bit of magic by Martin Pike. Back to Clayton. I don't think it was the greatest option by Clayton. Somehow the first kick, or the second one, and it's marked by Benke.
A good mark, the sun right in his eyes.
Goodwin. There's James getting one of his few kicks. He's had 3 kicks and 18 handballs. Goodwin again, centre half forward, Martin. Blakey. Here's a go for Jarman. See the way he took that ball? Oh, look at that. Oh, gee. It could be in trouble here. Bit careless. 50 anyway.
Well, it's nothing more than 50. No damage done. There's no harm whatsoever.
Depending on the angle you look at it, but there's certainly nothing more than 50. Look at this angle. This is the one that tells the story. He's just bounced off the shoulder, so...
And Graham, while you're on that, Anthony Stevens is having a little bit of treatment on his lower back, rub and massage. They assure me there's no real problem.
Smart gets his second goal.
Yes, and a wry smile from Nigel Smart. Nothing phases him. And Glenn Archer making him work it. Oh, now, what's happening between these two?
He's saying there wasn't much in that. Surely I won't go for that one, will I?
No, there's not much there. There's not much love lost between the two of them by that body language. Magnificent take by Darren Jarman. Tremendous pass, and Archer making him work for it. Nothing in that. The Crows finding tremendous voice. And they're 12 goals down.
In this last quarter, they've kicked 2 goals, and the Kangaroos have kicked just 1. McLeod. Crows are going with the breeze.
Here's Lippy.
Lip tack for his last game. Bond. In a bit of trouble. Gets the hand pass away, overrun by Connell. Smart again. Kicked a couple in this last quarter. Back he goes to Ormond Allen. Out wide. Mark to Bickley. On the breeze. I think he'll be looking to give it off.
Don't think so.
It's outside his range. Well, he might have gone for the torp, and it's nearly into the crowd, out of bounds.
Well, Blighty's always encouraged them to have a crack at the torp if they need that extra distance.
Well, he could hardly ban it because they might have seen videos of his career.
Oh, he was great at it, wasn't he?
Centre wing, Clayton, number 23. Bell. And King had to turn. He's in a bit of trouble here. Look at the speed of McLeod. Yeah, it's a throw. Umpire. McLeod's still there. Now he's not. Here comes Harvey for the Kangaroos. Kicked by Brent Harvey. Scholl underneath it. Carey at the back. He works off his man, Wayne Carey. Don't tell me. Oh, you beauty.
Now look at the crowd.
Well, this is what makes Wayne Carey great. There's pressure here all the way from Stevens, but when he pushes off, the recovery is what's important.
I heard what he said to the crowd then, too.
Just watch the quick legs here. You can see him pulling away, balance, kicks it on the end. He's going to tumble it. It'll bounce back to the right. Beautiful work.
Look at this angle from another angle. That is just impossible to get it through there. Curls, you reckon you heard it? Are you at liberty to repeat it on
I
on air?
just said to the crowd, have you ever seen one like that before?
Curls, I don't think he had to say anything. They've been giving him a hard time. He just smiled at them.
I reckon you can have a shower now. Have a rest now and worry about next week, Wayne. Have a spell.
Gee, it's been an ordinary day for Carey. Absolutely ordinary. He's only had 18 possessions, kicked 4 goals.
But Stevens at the same time, I mean, you'd be doing a disservice if you didn't mention how well he played.
Absolutely.
It's been good.
And probably up to about halfway through the third quarter, Stevens would probably think, well, I'm getting a points decision on the King. Peter Bell, McKernan, same direction as the ball. heavy collision.
Whoa.
And McKernan's down.
Yeah, that was a risky jump. Very risky attack on the ball.
You've got to take your good players off at this stage of the game.
I don't know about that, but
he's
couple, there's no need to do, reckless, unnecessary things, and I couldn't quite work out what Corey was trying to do there.
Yeah, because he's going for the mark. If your instinct is to fly for the ball, you can't deny that instinct, surely.
Well,
you cannot play careful football.
Well, it was a ridiculous attempt to try and mark it. That's what I'm saying.
It takes so many marks like that, you wouldn't try and stop him from doing it.
Hart for the Crows up near centre wing. Here's James. Another hand pass on counting. That's 19. Smart for his third goal. Not a bad kick. Your beauty!
Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom.
So Corey McKernan has gone off the ground after that heavy collision with Benke a moment ago. Capuano comes on, but he wasn't there for the ruck contest in the middle. McLeod bursts out of the middle for the Crows. Smart's kicked all 3 goals in this last... Oh, Byron Pickett!
The man in front. Give it to the man. Give it back to him, Jason.
No, he's given it to Pickett.
Yes.
A special by Byron Pickett.
Cadbury's mark of the year, maybe, Drew.
Well, no, but Brian was right because McCartney definitely had first hands on it.
Oh.
How are you going to get judged that?
He's an exciting machine, isn't he?
He might get a vote today.
Well, the umpires played the mark, and it's perhaps the mark of the day, but Jason McCartney took it.
Well, of course, Winston Abraham took the mark of the year last year in Canberra. Maybe Byron's had a little bit of a, just a side bet with his mate and say, I'll knock you off next year.
I think he liked the car he won. This year, the block of Cadbury chocolate.
And there's Corey McKernan, their license. Now, here's the mark again. Let's have a look.
Now, this is McKernan going down hurt. This is just after the collision with Benke. He looked a bit distressed on the bench, I thought. So I think it might be just a little bit more than a precautionary drop. Back to centre wing. Carey doing the spoiling when he's not in a position to mark.
Well done, Norman Allen, though. Twice, the last 2 times he's been back, he's put himself in front of Carey, and his good vertical leap has allowed him to take Carey out of the contest.
Well done by Golding. Ormond Allen to the 50. Well, mark that and play fair, honestly. So Pike's got it for the Kangaroos, and the discipline. But Motlop, just a youngster in the caper. He's working out here, but he wants to get the footy now. Well done, Shannon Motlop. Eventually got it out. Clayton, up short of half forward. And the ball over the boundary line.
Clayton's been quite impressive on this last quarter.
He's had a pretty good year, Corsi, Shane Clayton. He's played a fair bit of footy on the wing, gets plenty of the ball, and normally uses the ball pretty well.
This is Cameron Mooney on the ground for the Kangaroos. Another hand pass for James. Now he is officially up to 20. Connell to the 50. Oh, no. Sorry.
Well, worth a try.
Bondi.
Worth a try, but never ever in it. He just slipped for the last time as he was about to take the launching step.
Oh, somebody might have taken a photo. Might be worth framing when he gets it back from the chemist.
He's been good, hasn't he? Drew, since he came on, James and Bond.
James Bond. They might have needed 007 from the start to be in this, to be quite frank.
I see you.
I love you, Curl.
Stevens marking against Carey, and listen to the crowd. They loved it. Here's Motlop, number 44. Barry Cable wore that jumper in the grand final. Oh, and a good tackle by Motlop on McLeod. Out of the middle by Simpson. Carey, great hand pass, a goal for the Kangaroos. Grant, in he comes. Oh, I don't believe this. It's not going to be a goal after all. Golding goes for the bat. That's nearly deliberate.
Watch Carey, just turns the body, the handball out. Shannon Grant on the left leg. Why not kick the goal? The ball bounces the wrong way. He slips.
Capuano knocks it towards the goal square. Bell, where are the defenders for the Crows?
Well, that's the Kangaroos set play. And just watch how they vacate the goal area here. The knock from Capuano goes over the back. There's no Kangaroo players there. Crows defenders have gone with their opponents. There's space there. Peter Bell with quick legs just runs into the space. It's too easy.
Been a good duel between him and Mark Bickley. I mean, at half-time fairly even, but since half-time, I reckon Mark Bickley's had the better of Peter Bell. You know, he has kicked 2 goals for the Kangaroos.
So, Cornsey, in a situation like that, you can't afford to have a loose player be on the goal line, the defender.
They
just got to go with your man.
They have to go with a zone defence. North Melbourne do it consistently where they clear all their forward line players out. The defenders go with them. They'll hit it long into the space, and a player like Peter Bell with quick legs will run onto it. There's got to be someone zoning up.
Allison. Clayton couldn't control it. Jamison in the last few minutes of his AFL career. 7.5 to go. Now James. 3 kicks and 22 handballs to James. Archer charges straight at it. Didn't get the footy. Harvey. Kicked by Brent Harvey in the direction of Clayton.
No contest. You've got to make the contest. And Goodwin and Gallagher both expected the other one to do it.
On a hard lead here is Grant. Oh, good pick-up, Ben Hart.
Okay, fellas, we have the Kangaroos doctor's report on McKernan. A lower knock to the right leg, but has assured us he's okay.
Oh, that's good, Curls. Good news. He didn't look too happy about it to me.
Well, that's the report, so that's all we can give you, unfortunately.
Absolutely. There's Rod Jamison. Started his career as a goal kicker, now back in defence. Centre circle, Bickley. McLeod had run on. He's gone about 80 metres for this.
Interesting.
Hand pass to Liptak. Wouldn't he love to finish with a goal, but he didn't even get the footy.
Great pressure, Pickett.
King goes off the ground. Allison sweeps it wide. Pickett, no goals in his career. Come on, Byron. You've done everything else. The kick towards 50. Benke outmarks his teammate Bond. Almost forgot the scoreboard has become just absolutely an incidental to this game. Adelaide have kicked 3 goals in this last quarter, all to Smart, and the Kangaroos have kicked 3, 2 to Carey. Vardy in short. Martin takes the mark.
Yeah, the Crows crowd aren't concerned about the scoreboard either. They are into this last quarter very enthusiastically.
For Liptak and Jamison in particular?
Liptak, Jamison, and the reaction from Malcolm Blight is going to be very interesting to see.
There's Jamison and a special cheer.
He did a drop kick, I reckon, then.
Well, there's a 5AA radio contest.
He did?
For a player that does a drop kick over 30 metres. So
he won that.
If we have a replay, is it a drop kick? Oh, we don't see it.
That's a drop kick. I don't care if you see it.
Definite drop kick.
We didn't see the contest. So Jamo has gone for the Barry drop kick Crows.
Wouldn't Rash be happy with this one? The drop kick.
Well, I'm not sure whether it's part of the game, is it?
Vardy from 51.
That's the trouble, you young fellas. You don't know anything about the old drop kicks.
Great kick, that. Just offline. So that's 7-17 now for the Crows. Well, he knows he's not going to get a blast from the coach. Blighty wouldn't bother.
He did. It's about $15,000 worth of prizes, and I think Jamo had a $15,000 because they've been trying to encourage or drive one of these players to do it in the course of a game.
He might get dropped next week.
Yeah. From here to retirement. Craig Scholl. Margin's now 70. It had been 69 at three-quarter time. Well, it was 47 at quarter time, 53 at half-time, then 69. And here is another goal.
Harvey.
Tuesday's swim sensation Ian Thorpe reveals the secrets to his success.
Plus, we'll take an average brick house and turn it into the best house in the street.
This once very humble little brick veneer cottage.
On Better Homes and Gardens. Then, the ultimate retreat to heal mind, body and soul.
Unwind and relax and stretch your imagination.
And the ski resort that's an absolute bargain.
$85 a day for skiing, all meals and accommodation.
The Great Outdoors, Tuesday.
11 different goal kickers now for the Kangaroos. Capuano, clean possession. Great stuff. Bell spoiled from behind. Allison will kick this. Loves him off the left foot. Thank you very much.
Absolutely knows how to hurt Adelaide, Brett Allison. He's been around a long time. He's into his 30s now. It's a pretty important part of the North Melbourne line. Just look at the work done there to get the ball out of the centre of the ground. Good spoil by Ormond Allen, but crumbing as you need to be, right at the foot of the pack. And Brett Allison just continually hurts the Crows with his goal-kicking ability.
42 words. Training drill.
Training drill?
That was a training drill.
Well, you run with the flight of the ball, you get to the foot of the pack when the ball comes off hands, and if your hands are good enough, you control the ball and looking straight at the goals then.
And out of the middle, Bond a hand pass to McLeod. Bickley straight to full forward to Rashudo. Punched down to the front by Martin. Rashudo the hand. Lip tap for his last goal in footy. Not quite. Pickett is there. Byron Pickett clears for the Kangaroos with a mammoth kick.
Jarman, well done.
Just remember, they're going into the breeze in this last quarter, the Kangaroos. And the Crows have kept it alive. Rashudo again. Martin to Archer. It's a tough unit back there, isn't it?
Oh, what?
Cruel. Grant back to McCartney. Up to David King. Left half back for the Kangaroos.
Carey coming off.
Yeah, I just smart move by the coach. Dennis Fagan. Intelligent move. I called for about 5 minutes ago, though.
Yeah, on comes Cameron Mooney. He's had very little game time today. Carey, honestly, beaten early, and he's finished up with 19 possessions, 4 goals.
7 marks as well.
Great performance.
Actually, it's great to see Archer on a...
Now, the Kangaroos working down the broadcast wing. Blakey inside the 50. Bond just gets clear of the tackle. Hart to Benke. Benke towards the outer wing. Great kick. Allison chasing him down. Here goes Bickley. Allison closing the gap.
Do another one, Gemma.
This will be a goal to Jefferson. Rodney Jefferson. Yes! What a way to cap your career. Not quite a victory, but a terrific goal to Gemma.
And they've run from everywhere to congratulate him. He created the movement forward. And Mark Bickley's running strongly, nowhere to go. Jamison supporting outside. Sees the goals. He kicked plenty of them. He's inside 50. All he had to do was get it at that right-hand post. It came back in nicely. And Crows players running to congratulate him.
And a good bloke too, Cornsey.
Listen to the crowd.
Oh, delirious.
Jamo. Terrific fella too, Graham, he is.
Leading goal kicker in your first year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did very well. He's probably had to do it the hard way when he went back to defence later in his career.
Knocked down, but straight to Simpson in midfield. Now, maybe the next best thing that can happen would be for the Doc, Matty Liptak, to get one before the end.
He's playing centre-half forward, though.
Yeah, it's a good mark by Bond. Well, maybe the Kangaroos might have a sense of theatre here and not go for a mark against him. Jamison for the second time. McLeod. Well, you can always get a goal by running past and getting a handball. Just under 2 minutes left in the game. And Andrew McLeod, I think he was looking to give it off, and Jarman came over and said, mate, go back, kick the goal.
Look at that, Drew. James has had 3 kicks, 23 handballs. Pickett's had 22 kicks, no handballs.
It's incredible, isn't it? Andy McLeod from outside 50. Slight breeze at his back. Drop punt. Home you go. Just off. Just after this game, we'll be going across to Melbourne to get the draw for the finals next week. And there they are preparing the draw in the boardroom at AFL House at the MCG at the moment. Ian Collins and Wayne Jackson, and we'll be going across there to Sandy Roberts after this game. So stick with us on 7 Sport to find out when and where your team's playing in the final.
Oh, it's a great mark.
That is a top mark. Mooney.
That young fella put himself in front, lifted the ball, protected the ball with his body.
Big retron in grain, this young fella.
Well, he's come into centre-half forward when Wayne Carey went off. It's fairly big shoes to fill.
He's a man who might be keeping John Longmire out of the final series.
Kick by Mooney. Slides away to the right from behind. So now we have just half a minute remaining here at Football Park. Adelaide have taken a big slide from back-to-back premiers to their lowest finish on the ladder ever.
It's a good mark by Marks. Look, the result is immaterial. What's going to be interesting, Drew, is the emotion at the end of the game surrounding the retiring players, the team itself, and most importantly, Malcolm Blight. Malcolm Blight said he doesn't want any fanfare. He doesn't want to have any specific acknowledgement from the crowd. He's going to get it. He's just sitting there quietly now. It's going to be very interesting to see how the crowd send him off, because they want to give him something special. How they do it just remains to be seen.
But if he lived across the water at West Lakes, he wouldn't have to catch a boat home. He'd just walk, wouldn't he?
You're right, Drew, yeah. Stroll across the water there.
There's full time. Thumping victory to the Kangaroos, who'll finish the season second. The end of the season to the Crows, who've been the premiers for the last 2 years. They exit at the end of the home and away series, and of course, Malcolm Blight, 3 years for 2 premierships. You couldn't ask for much more than that.
And he said he was going to do nothing special, which means he'll walk down to the boundary, he'll get onto the ground, and he'll walk straight across. But you'd like to think the team would meet in the centre of the ground, perhaps grab him and do some sort of a lap of acknowledgement. They're out of the finals. It's been an exhausting year for them. Look, it's an amazing game. Adelaide won the possessions. They won the centre clearances. They were inside the 50s more, but they lost by an incredible amount. It's a remarkable statistic.
There he comes. There's Blighty.
Malcolm Blight. The members stand, of course, standing, cheering. And the cameras over the North Melbourne players, the Kangaroo players who have been tremendous. Malcolm Blight, the sea parts. And he walks down. Neil Curley.
Yeah, thanks very much, Graham. Well, Byron, that was a very impressive display.
Yeah, it was. We've done well from the start, as you would have expected. We just wanted to come over here and get a good win for our sake and stay in the top two spot on the ladder.
Dennis was very passionate tonight, day one. He really wanted this game badly.
Yeah, oh, for sure. All the boys knew what they had to do, and to win the game, do all the hard stuff, and we did it. We come up with us.
Well played. All the best in the finals.
He was spectacular. The crowd standing to a man for Malcolm Blight.
Well,
the Messiah who came back from Melbourne, from the Channel 7 commentary box, took on the Crows 3 years ago, went premiership, and now out of the finals. But if you came with a 3-year plan, you could not wish for any more.
Well, he's been magnificent. An absolute revelation for Adelaide. There's no doubt now. He is going to acknowledge. He's calling the players back. Calling the players back. And I think this is the way it should be done. He's not only got impeccable timing with his football, he's got impeccable timing as to the reaction of the crowd. Now, what's going to happen here?
Got Rod Jamison there, Kurt.
He's got Rod Jamison and Matthew Liptak. Yeah. He's taking them around the ground, and this is what the crowd has come to see. They want to celebrate this. This is magnificent. This is the touch of the man. Look at those two boys. They've had great careers. They've had frustrations towards the end, and that is magnificent, Blighty. That's what they wanted to see. One side. Looks like you do all 4 sides. Well, he said there was going to be nothing special. There would be no special acknowledgement, but he's done exactly as he's done throughout his football career, done the unexpected, the unpredictable. And it hasn't been a great year for Crow supporters, but this has been worth the season.
Unpredictable, unexpected, but always with class. Malcolm Blight. Gemmo treated us to a drop kick and a goal in the last quarter. And Matthew Liptak, I think he only just staggered to the end of his career, didn't he?
Well, he didn't expect to play in the last quarter of his football career at centre-half forward on Jason McCartney. And there's the crowd standing as one. They know what it's been worth. Oh, my, magnificent.
One more area to go to now, Graham, I think.
Look, that's all he had to do.
Down towards the corporate area, what grandstand's that one called?
Well, they're the corporate facilities. They're the park pavilions, they're called. They're very expensive areas, but there's a lot of people behind the goals, don't you, who paid for the cheaper seats, and they are the grassroots of footy. Thanks for the flags, Blighty.
Gee, what a hero.
That's great. That is great.
What a reception. Not bad for a team that's just been flogged by 76 points and missed the finals. This is great. Rob Jamison being chaired off, Matthew Liptak being chaired off, and I reckon Blighty will get a seat, surely.
He doesn't want one, I don't
think. He wouldn't want one. It's all about players. And when the club has got that sort of spirit, it's in pretty good shape.
Wonderful scenes here at Football Park. Two great careers at an end. 27 Liptak, 35 Jamison, and the great Malcolm Blight. Thank you for the memories as he departs the scene for the moment in AFL football.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. All the family's waiting to taste the things we're baking. My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. Betty Crocker and me.
Happy birthday, dear. It's A&R's night birthday sale. Desks are discounted, software's discounted. You'll find discounts everywhere. Or $19.99 for this internet-ready computer package. It's a genuine birthday sale, so hurry into Port Adelaide and Melrose Park.
The smell of tobacco smoke gets everywhere. Ambipur After Tobacco is the continuous air freshener that neutralises tobacco odours, creating a pleasant atmosphere. Ambipur After Tobacco makes tobacco odours disappear.
We took the house and made it a home. Gave it ourselves, made it our own. We took the house and made it a home. Gave it ourselves and made it our own.
You'll always find the right part for your car at AutoPro. First, Bruce Abernathy and Chris Dittmar covered the state in search of every pub. Now they've put together the perfect way to remember the year 2000. The pub calendar covers 17 of South Australia's finest hotels. Just $19.95 and includes $100 worth of hotel giveaways. Available at all good bookstores and news agencies, or free call 1-800-240-930 to get your copy of every pub or the pub calendar. Just $19.95. A great gift for Father's Day.
For the confidence of a superior clean, reach out for Reach.
The smell of tobacco smoke gets everywhere. Ambipur After Tobacco is the continuous air freshener that neutralises tobacco odours, creating a pleasant atmosphere. Ambipur After Tobacco makes tobacco odours disappear.
It's party time with an awesome gift.
Yeah. Let's take a ride in the car.
Tim can't wait to get his hands on.
What about the long-lost car?
Home improvement next.
Well, welcome back to Football Park. Emotional scenes for Malcolm Blight and...
Malcolm Blight's taken his final bow. It seems just a matter of when, not if, Gary Ayres becomes Adelaide's new coach. However, the Crows might have to wait anything up to a fortnight before they can make an official announcement.
Geelong's busy drawing up a long list of prospective coaches, but says it might not need it.
I actually think there's still a fair chance he will coach us. And I think the longer it takes for a decision, probably the more likely he'll stay at Geelong.
But the only reason for the delay is that Ayres' manager is away on business until Friday.
There's no comment from Gary's management. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Because it's inappropriate. What can I say?
Yeah.
Nothing's been finalised.
Yeah.
I still haven't caught up with Gary, so...
Last night, the Crows farewelled players as well as coach. While Tregenza and Liptak didn't play in a premiership, they have no regrets.
Actually, just being part of this club has been a highlight. You know, I've had my ups and downs. It's almost been like a roller coaster ride, but you know, the highs have been there, the lows have been there, and culminating in just a great 9 years.
And obviously, with the two grand finals, I wasn't involved, which is very disappointing for me, but there's sort of no regrets at all.
A wake today for the dethroned champions, who were still talking about Jamison's dropkick and the radio prize that went with it.
He did a dropkick, I reckon, then.
I think it's around 11 or 12 grand, and Lippy and I said we'd go halves with it. We sort of got together and said, well, if you do it, I'll go halves. If I do it, I'll give you a half. So we're going to, I guess when it's appropriate time, we'll get together and go through what we've actually won and do with it what we wish. I'm not really sure.
Bassett has had surgery to repair his broken leg and clean out a troublesome knee. The club says he'll be ready for the pre-season. Paul Dowling, 7 Up News.